Is that you taking your shit?
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? No, that was me pretending to be my old garage door.
Oh, yeah.
Now, check this one out. That's my new door.
Yeah. Totally silent.
That's my totally silent door from Precision Garage Door of Central Florida.
Yep.
The official garage door dudes and ladies of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
407-710-BDMS. That's 710-BDMS. That's the number you call. That's our personalized number that they know that it's coming from Tom and Dan.
Indeed.
So it helps us. Also, you can get 5% off a brand new whole door if you need a brand new door. And if you don't have the Wi-Fi and silent package on your Precision or your garage door,
well, if your door isn't even balanced, like my door, my door was never balanced from it was bank owned, my home. So the door actually started ripping itself apart. Now, eventually, I'm going to have to replace that door. Not my fault. It was the bank's fault for obviously going with a company other than Precision. So just give them a call, 407-710-BDMS.
Yep, and the Wi-Fi motor is, there's an app on your phone, so you can know when your garage door is open or closed. If you leave the house and you're like, did I leave the garage door open? You can check your app.
Peace of mind, it's nice.
On my app, I changed it so if my garage door is open for longer than 20 minutes, it closes automatically. Yep. You could change that times. It's just a smart garage door.
Yep.
I mean, it's the future. Everything should be app controlled.
Yes.
Get your garage door app controlled. It's Precision Door of Central Florida, 407-710-BDMS.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it's Teddy Friday, Tom.
TD Friday.
TD Friday. Teddy Friday. Teddy
TD Bang.
TD Bang.
That would be a good sponsor.
TD Bang?
They will never sponsor.
TD Friday. It's TD Friday, sponsored by TD Bang.
yeah, that's good. I mean,
I sound like a hockey announcer. It's TD Friday, sponsored by TD Bank. TD Bank always reminding you, put your TDs in the bank, lock them up.
that's why they won't sponsor.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Hey, I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
We got a packed house today. Dare I say this is the most amount of COVID-infected humans we've had inside our studio since the beginning of the virus.
Yeah.
Well over a year ago.
So Tony Rage is here. How you doing, Tony?
What's up?
I apologize. Tony Munjet.
I feel like you fuck his name up all the time because it's a power thing. It's a subtle kind of a passive-aggressive...
You can call me Rage. It's fine.
Are we allowed to still call you Tony? Like, he gets so mad because, like, if you're just... Like, a lot of people don't know that when we met you, I met you as Tony Rodriguez. Tony Rodriguez. Then... You said, no, I'm Tony Rage. I don't use my real name. I'm like, okay.
Because we were doing the whole
So now you're
thing.
Tony Rage. That changed from Tony Rage back to Tony Rodriguez for the photography. Then it changed to Tony with an I, Tony Rodriguez photography. Then it changed to Tony with an I, Rage. Then it changed Tony with an I, Monjet.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
I think I got. Just wait for the next one.
No, I think now
Tony
you
with
should just
two
go.
E's.
Now you
Tony
should
two
just
E's.
go like, you know what, guys? I'm dropping all of it. Tony Munjet is now. Just call me Jet. I'm just Jet. Like a tiny, like, what's up? It's me, Jet.
I was trying to tag Tony in some
it's
post,
impossible.
and then I'm like, Tony with a Y, Tony with an I, Tony Ray, Tony Moon, and then I'm like, God damn.
Tony Moon is his lounge singer name.
Well, you know, I found out it was
Photo B.
I found out I was Tony with an I when I was like 25 or something like that. When I was
it's how your dad put it on the birth certificate.
The birth certificate.
So out of honor to him, I think that's kind of cool.
Well, no, this is like my birth father.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But I mean, but the name
he just couldn't spell.
Oh, but you want to adopt it, right? Because it was on the thing, or
no? Yeah, then Munjad is my stepdad who's been my dad since I was like 4. But yeah, I found out it was with an I when I was doing the whole like immigration stuff. That's when I got my birth certificate, and I saw my name with an I, and I'm like, oh shit! Like I guess that's what my name is. So I figured I would just
make it confusing for him.
Always has to make it about him. He makes it about him. And like, fuck your name. It's hard for me.
You know, like if I went back in my birth certificate and it's like, my real name is Bob, I would just
Bob
be
Van.
like, I'm
Robert
just gonna.
What if it was Paul?
Paul? I'm just like
Paul with an I.
At this point, I'm just sticking with Tom. Like, yeah. It doesn't matter. My name is what the reality of my name has been forever.
I always wanted to change my name. I always wanted to change my name.
My middle name is Paul, so it will be Paul from now on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're Travi Paul Randy.
Seth Petrozelli's here. How you doing, Seth?
Seth with an H.
So, what's your full name? What's your middle name? I don't even...
Christopher.
So you're...
Cedric?
Cedric?
Sethi.
Is it Sethi?
No, it's
Sethi. I was going to say, fuck, man. We didn't know it was Sethi?
No, Sethi.
So it's just Seth.
It's just Seth. Yeah.
I like that. I like it. I like it when your parents know you're going to be big and dumb, so they give you a short, big and dumb name.
Thanks.
So, welcome to the show.
We haven't talked to Seth in
I know.
in a month. I would say
because you have a lot of health problems.
Yeah. So we
are you healthy now? Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Okay.
But before we talk to Seth, we'll plug Shart Week, which is Monday.
Yes.
Came up fast this year, and
I see what he did there.
We actually, based on what Samantha told us this morning, we got a bunch of really good submissions this year, and so we'll be doing that Monday on the BDM show.
Dare I say? Yeah. Dare I say that this is the year? This could be the year of the ladies. This is feeling a lot like the U.S. women's national team.
That's a good thing.
This feels like a lot like the U.S. women's national team in soccer, as is to the U.S. men's national team, where they suck shit. They're horrible. The U.S. men's national team, it's all in disarray. It's terrible. It's just terrible. But the women, they've had it dialed in for years, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, going on almost a decade now, I feel like they've had it dialed in. This is feeling like it might be, like, didn't we get more ladies this year than we ever have? And what year is this? 9 years? 8 years?
I was trying to figure that out. I have no idea. It's like 7 or 8.
Should they have their own category then?
Yeah.
No.
Well, just
no.
I don't know if the testosterone is different.
Oh my God.
That mattered more.
There's more shit. Sign the document.
That is the one event. Yeah, that is the one event where it's an evil playing field.
Yeah, I think it is. It is an evil playing field.
I can't believe it lasted this long. Like, it's insane.
Well, 3 years ago, I tried to get rid of it. And I kept saying 2 years ago until a listener wrote me and said, "You idiot, you're forgetting about the COVID year." And I do. I blocked that out. 3 years ago, remember, I railed about, like, this is stupid. I hate it because our submissions had waned.
Disgusting.
Well, our submissions had waned. We weren't getting a lot of people. I mean, there's only so many stories you can hear about people shitting their pants. But this year, man, it's almost like I feel like, people are saying that we're going to have a renaissance of music because of COVID and because people were cooped up and having to use their creativity. This is almost like a renaissance of shit stories that Sam's having to weed through. I mean, tons of emails.
I was going through the comments, and there was somebody saying, well, I guess I'll enter this year again. Now, I understand that happening to you once, but if it's something that's recurring,
it's like lottery for a gator permit.
It's a loose colon.
You put in every year. You put in every year. Put in every year. Hope you're picked.
You got to be worried at that point, right?
There's a lot of people that have IBS and stomach problems and diarrhea.
I shit my pants every day.
To the point, like, after doing Shart Week,
because there's something. I'm like an open air mall. Just there's something always coming and going on there.
Just think about this. Anytime you're at a water park or a public pool or any body of water with a bunch of humanity in it, there's shit everywhere. Well, because everybody's shitting.
The water goes into your crack, and even just the friction of walking, everything's coming out of there.
Well, just based on how many stories of people that have accidentally shit their pants we've gotten, I mean, we read through hundreds of them. There's people shitting their pants all the time.
And you know what? I won't. I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but I was going to. What I was going to allude to has to do with ladies' undergarments. They can at times be more skimpy. I think I believe that's problematic.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that's problematic.
Like flossing up the butt.
Well, I'm just saying, you don't floss your teeth. You don't floss them and pull the floss out and go, wow, that's clean as a whistle.
Clean.
You don't never do that. Yeah. Just saying.
The first 90 mystery boxes have been mailed out, thanks to Eric.
I could feel the energy of those boxes going out. I knew, I stopped and had pause when I felt them go out.
I want to remind, now we can't sell anymore because so many people bought some at the beginning. That's why, honestly, that's why there was a delay because
we ran out of shit at the studio to give away.
We ran out of manpower too. Like Eric's going crazy, crazy
because we wanted to give everybody something
of value,
special or value or more than the $25, and then we had about 90. And then we're like, we'll probably get 60, maybe, and then maybe some others will trickle in, and we had 190 people in the first hour, and then we're like, shut it down! And then we were rushing to call all our sponsors to add all extra stuff, and then I go second run to the storage unit, digging through.
I was pulling shit from my house. I was pulling out of my personal collection. There's some things we put in there.
Anyway.
There were some precious items that I parted with because I was like, we need the inventory.
One in particular, I'm completely blown away that you actually.
There's something sneaky in there you guys will like.
I want to thank Dr. Phillips and Hard Rock for donating a bunch of tickets. We've got Travis Tritt tickets we're throwing in there.
Did you hear that, Fisher?
A bunch of movie night tickets, like the National Lampoon's Vacation. They do movie nights at the Front Yard Festival. Yeah. Basically, they show a movie. You eat and drink in your box.
They bring movies on the lawn.
It's dope. They bring you all the grub, and you just kind of sit there with your family and enjoy this wonderful evening weather we've been having. The breeze is blowing through.
Someone's going to get Jumanji tickets and King Crimson.
Jumanji. It's not Jumanji.
It's Jumanji.
No, you say Jumanji, I say Jumanji. Let's call the whole thing.
Hold on. I mean, it can be said both ways.
No, I've never heard it said Jumanji, and I'll die on the hill. I'll die on Jumanji Hill.
Yeah.
Write that down as the title, Sam. I mean, Travis. I will die on Jumanji Hill.
That's
Jamaican is a
version.
gross word.
King Crimson tickets, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We've got Nikki Glazer tickets we're going to throw in there that from Hard Rock Live.
Is that sold out?
It's almost sold. It may be sold out. Someone's going to get sold out. Nikki Glazer.
I'm not sure we want to give those away.
Patton Oswalt tickets from Hard Rock Live. So people.
You didn't take the ones on my desk, did you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah, we got those. Yeah. Please say that's not true. I'll be very mad.
So when you're doing your unboxing videos, just use hashtag TD Mystery Box so we could see the unboxing videos when you guys do those.
Indeed.
And post them on your social media. And last but not least, we will be auctioning off Samantha's grift truck.
Oh.
And
not interested. I thought you were going to say underwear.
Yeah.
What do you? I really thought you were going to go underwear, and I was going to say, "Am I eligible?"
We can talk about what Samantha suggested.
I want a bra, not an underwear.
I want her underwear because I want to smell it.
I'll wear it on my head.
If you know what I mean.
So, Seth, we haven't talked to you in a while. What's been going on with you?
Last week. Well, I was supposed to come in last weekend, right? Or last Friday?
Yeah.
But my allergies were just killed. I think it was my allergies.
But it was COVID.
It's cancer. I don't know.
How are you doing? How are you doing on the hypochondria?
All right, until my allergies started. I think my allergies.
But you've done it enough to know it's your allergy.
But it's way worse than normal.
Oh, so it's the Delta variant of the allergy.
Well, I got tested immediately. I mean, I went and got tested, of course, and they were like, "Hey, Seth." I'm like,
punch a card.
Yeah.
No, you know our guest here. She is also a hypochondriac like you and I.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's why she's here today.
We shouldn't be in the same room. Something bad happens when two hypochondriacs are in the same room.
Well, there's three now. We got the Holy Trinity. We might open a vortex and hypochondriac juice comes out. Save a little beauty for later.
So no, I
think I got the.
That's good. That's good. Keaton. Yeah, I like that.
And how's the karate?
Karate's good.
Good.
Why do you have to do it like that?
What?
Anybody that knows you knows. How's the karate? Like, why you got to belittle it?
I'm not belittling anything.
You belittle
no,
it.
I'm not.
It's the same thing you did to Tony's name.
Yeah.
No.
I had my biggest test ever last week, and you saw the picture. I saw you liked the picture.
I did. I said fantastic. Yeah, he had a packed house.
Oh yeah, packed. Yeah, it was the most white belts we ever tested.
White belt.
First kids testing we did, and our first weapons class that I actually we actually tested for. Kobudo.
Sword play.
No sword.
What's a weapon?
We do a bow.
A bow?
Donatello's weapon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the what women
Like a
stir
bow
soup with.
Like a 9mm.
We actually do teach Bato Jutsu, which is the Japanese sword, on Saturdays. But we do have a class for sword.
Sign me up for that Bato Jutsu.
What about lightsabers?
I don't teach that. That's the only class I do not teach.
Who teaches it?
This guy named Sensei Eldo. He's been in Orlando for close to 50 years.
Oh, I thought it was I like it when you go and you're learning like a karate, like a specialty in karate, but it's an old granny teaching it.
Well, he's an old granny.
No, but I like that when you show up and you're like, and there's some old lady unpacking her size, and I'm like, oh shit, you're like fucking granny.
I know your experience, but I'm pretty sure.
And based on the discipline, I have to respect you. Fuck.
Yeah, no, it's just me.
So, Seth, I got a favor to ask you. Now, I know I didn't help you with your event because, but I need
Not
your
at
help
all.
with that.
I heard his real reaction too because he didn't know I was hanging out. I heard what he said about you.
I had an emergency, the whole thing. Anyway,
yeah.
So we've got an event at Johnny's coming up July 31st.
We do,
and this kind of the manager of Johnny's called us and said like, hey, I'm doing our Baywatch party again, our summer Baywatch party that we did last year. We're having it again. It's basically a band, like some reggae bands that come out to Johnny's, and then he suggested, he's like, I want to do the Mechanical Shark again.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well,
you don't know about our Mechanical Shark?
I don't know.
Many years ago, we rented a shark that you can ride, and we had a bunch of hot bikini girls ride the shark.
So it's like a mechanical bull, but a shark.
Yeah, it was a shark. Because bulls they smell like poop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me call the guy that I rented it from.
Yeah, his name's Randy, Extreme Randy.
7 years ago. Anyway, he sold the company to another guy.
I'm out of the Extreme game, Tom. It's Extreme Randy, and I sold the company to Extreme Paul. You're going to have to call him.
And then at the same time, Daniel had been working on this imaging for Hot Tub and Mini Fridge.
Should I give you some? You want some?
Here you go.
O-Town's #1 rock station, Z159 FM. Right. Your only home for the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge morning show and Dump 'em Out Fridays.
Ooh, yeah, a hot tub and mini fridge. Keep me cold and hot.
Oh, yeah, it's a big show. This is Mini Fridge. Welcome back. Oh, man, we're going to be doing our first event out of Johnny's Other Side. Have a big stage, Mechanical Shark. You know the deal. Come on out and ride. It's going to be right there off of Michigan. You can't miss it. Come on by. We have plenty of stickers, and you'll want to first person to come up and give me the catchphrase, which is piano. You're going to win $104.
So basically, it was
I'm out of practice.
It was the perfect.
I'm out of practice. I got to really dust it off. It was pretty average.
So literally, as Johnny's is asking us, like, "Hey, you want to do this Mechanical Shark again?" You are working on these promos.
Well, I don't even know what I'm going to do with them.
You were screaming, "I don't know what to do with these." I started these a while ago, and then I'm like, "Perfect, we're going to do the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge."
What do you do?
Our first event at Johnny's.
What do you do with this when I've created a whole persona and a?
We're hopping into another full hour of Orlando's best rock. It's Z159, The Toad. Lick it and trip balls.
Thanks to CJ for doing that.
CJ, good Earl. Look him up. He's the best. Love that man.
So Seth, we need some judges for our shark riding competition that we're going to do. We're still on the process.
So I don't have to ride the shark.
No. But you're going to want to when you see it. Who would have guessed that we would have said that phrase? We're going to need some judges for a shark riding contest. We've said that 2 times.
No, I know.
Two times. Not 1 time, but 2 times.
Well, this is right up Hot Tub and Mini Fridge's alley.
Oh, yeah, right up their alley.
And I already secured one judge, Ross McCoy.
Yeah.
Who's going to be out there.
Well, he's the king of the shark.
I bribed him with burgers and tots and free beer from Johnny's.
I'm going to need more than that.
He's the king of the shark.
Anyway, Seth, just think about that, and you can text me on Monday.
Would it screw you really bad if I said yes and then not show up the day of?
Which is what you did. That's right. That's what you did. And then you can talk cash shit about Tom while I'm standing there, and I'll listen to it, and then I'll go back and tell. I'll go tell. What's your name again?
Seth. With an H.
I will be on stage. I'm like, "Where's Seth?" And then someone will say he's not coming, and then I'll be like, "Get Mike B on stage."
Same thing.
We'll just keep going.
Alternates.
More details to come with that. July 31st.
All right. July 31st. Johnny's other side.
You want to start with some dump 'em out today?
Yeah, we can totally do that. Here we go. Early dump 'em out.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Ooh, I want to also see your bottom mix.
Dump 'em out brought to you by Tuffy's in Sanford.
Oh, I had it ready, too.
What? Oh. Yeah, also injured on the go, just call Mo.
But that just applies at all times.
Yeah. But Tuffy's has that new music box venue, right? It's basically connected to Tuffy's, but you get to it through the courtyard. And they got some shows coming up. On Thursday, July 15th, John Cleary and the Absolute Monster Gentleman is going to be there.
We used to work for those guys.
July 16th, Funkin' Grateful is playing, and I'm sure on Tuffy's website, and you'll see the music box link. Just check out all the acts that are coming through there. It's small, cool venue. Yeah. Plus, it's attached to Tuffy's, so you could have delicious ciders and beers.
Yeah, they got a tiki bar. They got an outside area. They got food if you want it. Yeah, Tuffy's is great, man. Check them out.
So, Daniel, what's Steakhouse?
Okay, so this is the story. I remember we started a story on ACT, but I said I'd save it till Friday to talk about it here. I was going to try and get a hold of my wife, but I know she's at a meeting right now, so I'll just tell the story, and you tell me what you would have done during this. Seth, you're probably the type of guy that would be okay with this. And I'm going to guess that most everybody else here would not be, but I'll just tell them the truth. I'm at dinner with Andrea's dad and stepmom.
Okay.
And it's a birthday kind of a deal. There's two things here that happened. One of them was I was given birthday cards, and I stacked them up on the table, right? And then we ate and did the whole thing. I don't really think about my birthday really much anymore. I really think about Maisie's, which is 3 days after my birthday. So when we got up to leave after dinner, I left my birthday cards.
Okay.
And there might have been something in there, because I did, normally I don't expect to get anything from adults. I'm an adult. You don't need to get me anything. Not even $20, not a check, not $5. A card is very, very nice, and I'll like the card. I mean, thank you.
Just to know that you're thinking.
Yeah, appreciate it. That's all I need. You gave me your time at dinner. That's all I need.
But my Meemaw still sends me a birthday card every year with $50 check in it.
Yeah.
And she's 96. I'm nearly 40. Yeah. It happened every year of my life.
Absolutely, yeah. And so did mine with my grandparents. But I left these cards. Well, I left. But I left the cards there, and I never opened them. So Andrea was asking me, should we call and get the cards? And I was like, well, if anybody worked there and they were a half-ass, even half a scumbag, like even me, I'd open those fucking cards. And if there's cash in there, I'm stealing the money out of the cards because you left the cards, and I'll leave the cards there, and then I'll throw them away, because if you ask for it, I ain't giving you the card back. You know what I mean?
No, but most people, I feel, would take the cards and put them in the lost and found.
So you think they're still there?
Yeah. I think.
So if Andrea calls this place, they're going to say, yeah, we got those cards.
How long ago was this?
It's like, well,
your birthday was in June. It was about 6 weeks before the NBA shut down.
Yeah. Well, hold on. When did Monica Lewinsky and when was that scandal? No, it was like a couple of weeks ago. But I told Andrea, I was like, don't worry about it. The money's gone. Like, I had already given it to the dishwasher.
No, the boss probably gave him to the manager, and they probably put him in a safe.
You think so?
Yeah. I worked in a restaurant for years. Yeah.
I think they open it up.
But
This isn't even the topic I wanted to tell you. Here's the thing that I think would have driven Tom crazy.
Okay.
We all order steaks. So every adult at the table orders steaks. Andrea's dad and stepmom, they like a particular cut of meat. And they ordered their steak, and they're very particular about the way their steak is ordered.
Yum.
So they both order their steaks medium plus, which there's no such thing as that.
What?
Medium plus?
Yeah, that's like there's no such thing as that.
Medium well, right?
No,
it's
they don't want
medium.
Yeah.
It's like okay, this is medium. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay, that's medium.
He
plus.
knows. Yeah. That's, okay. So when they get their steaks and then they do the thing where everybody cut into your steaks and tell me if it's done correctly. So I cut into mine and it literally just gushes blood because that's the way I like my steaks. I like my steak medium rare or rare. I'll even take it rare if
medium minus.
Yeah, I like mine a medium minus. Thank you, Moon Jet. Or excuse me, Jet. Thank you, Jet. But. So they cut into their steak, and they both are, they call the waitress over.
Oh, no.
And they do a move, and I love them. This is not, look, if they hear this, I'm not talking shit. But they said to the lady, and this is a move I'd never seen before in being 45. They said, she's like, oh my God. And he's like, this isn't done right. And the lady's like, oh, well, we'll get him to do it again. He's like, no. And they both say this. They both say, no, we'll eat it. But we want you to go back there and tell the cook that this is not medium plus. And I'm like, oh my God. And for the first time in my life, I'm like, oh my God. It would be better.
How I feel
in my mind, it would be better if you just sent the steak back and got a new one because at least you're accomplishing the task at hand. Just telling him or scolding him in some way. I'm like, don't do that. What are you doing? Can't do that.
Go to the back and flick his pee-pee. 2 flicks.
I kind of looked down at my rare steak and I just started eating it really fast because I didn't know what to do.
You get all hot and sweaty.
I did I'm doing it. I'm reliving it right now.
No, I would not be okay.
And she was like, and then the waitress was like, "I will do that, sir." And she left. And I'm like, no.
Recorded on Facebook Live so I could watch it. That's okay. I don't understand that's why I don't
just get it the way you want it. They don't care. It costs them nothing. They'll throw that steak in the trash, and then they'll just cook you another steak the way you like it, medium plus.
Not if I was. I'd eat that steak in the back and then give them another one.
No, but still, take that steak. If they don't want it, take all the steaks back, and then I'll save that for later. When I'm done my shift, and I'll eat every steak because even a well done steak is okay.
I'm eating a steak and reading my birthday card.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is that an older person thing where you want to show, like you need to let them know so that and in your mind you're helping them by letting them know they made a mistake.
Cook is off a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's like an old school mentality.
Feedback.
That they think that shit like that has an effect, which it doesn't. Like that girl probably forgot on the way back to the kitchen. She's like,
no, she was an older waitress too, so it seemed to register. They were doing a whole interaction that I'm not part of. Do you understand?
But the joke is,
I'm not in that world because I couldn't tell you the last time I sent something back and I know this sounds unreal for me. But when I get food, even if it's wrong, if it's like horribly wrong or not what I ordered, sure, I'll say, it's not what I. But if it's like not perfect, I'm like,
So she explained to the cook in perfect English that it wasn't done right, but the cook didn't understand it anyway because he didn't speak English.
So. I mean, it's possible, and that's racist. Welcome back to the show.
No, that was
Have you ever heard of that? That would have that driven you crazy?
Because of the awkwardness of why did this even need to take place? Because
you're still eating it. Yeah, right. That was kind of my take. Was like
now you made it awkward and you're getting not what you wanted. So why make it even awkward? At least if you're gonna make it awkward, then you get what you want. I don't understand. It's like honking at someone after they cut you off. When they've already acknowledged that you,
my bad.
And then like laying on the horn to like shame them further. I don't get anything out of that.
Have you guys ever laid on your horn so long that your horn does that move where it's like, I never use my horn. I've laid on my horn so long that it'll get to a point where he gets tired. It's like, please stop it.
For the record, I wouldn't be okay with that. You said I would be the one to be okay with that. I'd be embarrassed.
You would be embarrassed.
Okay. I don't like.
No, I thought you might.
Wrong with mine. I never send stuff back.
Maybe I had you pegged wrong. Then I thought maybe you would be the type of guy to send it back. And like say like, hey, this is wrong, man.
I feel like that's when my mom would say like, I'm I'm not mad at you or whatever. I'm not gonna smack you. I'm disappointed. That fucking matters. I'll be like, fuck yeah, I don't give a shit.
What's email signatures, Daniel?
Yeah, where are we at on these in 2021? I just wrote that down. I was looking at my email signature. We all have email signatures here. Yeah. Where is the world at on email signatures? Where are we at on that? Because I see some that are videos. I see some that person's waving. I see some that blink. I see some with biblical quotes, inspirational quotes that rotate.
Don't have an inspirational quote. I hate those because it's weird, and also I feel like you're pushing some sort of agenda on me where I'm like, I didn't ask for your inspiration. What is this? This is weird.
Or sometimes it's like a quote from somebody like super famous. You'll look at it, it'll say like Maya Angelou, and I'm like, okay, that's all right.
Also, they don't seem to have a purpose or an effect, and I'll explain. I have an email signature Daniel set me up 10 years ago, and it's always been on my email, but I always say thanks, Tom, under every email, which underneath that
it does it twice.
It says Thomas Van, D&D Media.
That's not your ending. That's your official kind of your.
I know, but
your bottom business card thing. And if they needed to call you, your number's on there.
No, I know, but why am I even bothering putting thanks, Tom?
You don't have to. That's your fault, not the signature's fault.
But I do it every time, and I feel if I didn't do it, it would be an incomplete email.
Yeah, it would be finished.
It's a little more casual, and I've done it before. Like, if I have to send something to Travis, I'll just write in there, and then I'll leave the signature. You know what I mean? Like, if it's somebody I know, like if I were writing to Tony or Seth, I don't think I'd have to sign that because I know you guys.
My name. I just my signature is the signature on the email for me.
That's what I want to do, but I'm compelled to put thanks, Tom.
Yeah, I sign it
because I feel like I'm a dickhead, or I'm lazy in some aspect, or like
thank you, comma, or cheers, comma.
So you're saying you're typing thanks, Tom, but then your signature also says thanks, Tom?
No, it says Thomas. It says my picture.
He
Thomas
likes to thank himself.
It's like a business card that Daniel created underneath my email, which I don't.
He made it say Lord of Business. It's just very weird.
So from now on, just put thanks ... and then your signature will take care of your name.
Then put an arrow down.
Please see below. Write that. Right. Please read below.
And this is why I think they don't work, is because literally earlier, I think it was either this morning or yesterday, I was emailing back and forth to a client about a phone call today, and then I said, I don't think I have your phone number, and then they emailed me back, it's in my email signature, which I didn't even think to look at, which tells me that either I'm an idiot or that
I do that all the time with people.
No one even thinks to look down at the email signature, so they don't know.
What if you're emailing people you don't want them to have your personal number and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, I guess some of them don't have it, but she had it on her email signature. I just didn't check that, which tells me that for some reason it hasn't gotten into the culture of email enough for me to know, first look at the email signature and check all the information should be there.
It does seem weird, though, when I get an email from somebody who's like of importance or somebody we're interviewing or famous, if they don't have a signature and they email back and it's just like, I'll be there, and then they don't even sign it or anything, it's just a sentence. I kind of feel like, that's weird. It feels incomplete.
There was one point that because of all my different name changes, there were all my signatures all over the fucking place.
Again, Tony.
Is this the same Tony?
Who are you changing your name for? If it's for you, it seems like it's more of a headache than it is beneficial.
Just trying to keep you on your toes.
You got to keep them on the toes, keep them guessing.
So nobody can find me or my business.
That's got to be hell.
They can't deport you if you change your name every year.
You're a United States citizen. Also,
it's on my signature. United States citizen.
He's making double sure. He's like, I don't trust you. I'm changing my name yearly.
And obviously, United States, you don't have that many protocols in place for checking to make sure everything's cool with someone becoming an American citizen. Because changing your name 500 times is not a red flag.
Well, it's definitely going to be now, because whenever you go do any of that government stuff, they ask you how many aliases you have, and you have a fucking laundry list now.
No, and I put them all down.
Alias Tony, alias Tony, alias Tony, alias Tony. They're all spelled different though, but they're the same though.
Tony.
What is Canada sabotaged our national anthem?
Yeah, did you guys watch hockey? Like every time they do the national anthem at the hockey rink, the guy would he'd sing it all shitty. So they get this fat, he's like this disgusting man, this bullfrog disgusting man.
In Canada?
Yeah, he'd get up there and he'd be like, it'd was just garbage. It was just shitty, and his energy level was low, and he was all greasy and gross. And then, but when he got to Canada's anthem, he'd really kick it into high gear. And I was high, and I was yelling at the TV, and I was like, "Fuck you, we're America."
I mean,
hold on, do we do that with other countries?
Yeah,
okay.
you sandbag the anthem.
We do that with every team.
Every team.
When you go see like the Orlando Magic, you'll read like whatever the Houston whatever. It's like Johnny blah 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 blah, and here you go.
Yeah, you do that. If they score, you'll be like, and a 3-pointer from Tony Moonshine.
They add their bullshit on it.
Yeah, I used to love that. The Magic were the king of that. They'd be like, yeah, that puts us in the. That's another foul for Moonjet. Oh, man, these guys are bummers. So you could feel it. You could feel the energy, just like how bad they are. But yeah, they sandbagged the anthem, and I got mad at it.
No, but
I'm
you're
like,
right,
don't
dude.
do that.
I mean, I don't.
Not the anthem. You
not,
can do the names of the players. That's fine, but not the anthems.
I'm not familiar with Canadian artists or French Canadian artists, but these people look like they just found him passed out in a corner.
They're all fat and greasy. Every single one of them. They're not. They do not look like.
You hear that, Canadian Josh?
Except for the lady in Tampa, the black lady in Tampa. But again, I'm guessing she's American. But I will say I was watching to make sure. I was like, what's she gonna do? She did a very good version of the Canadian national anthem. She didn't sandbag it. I think that has more to do with sex. I think that has more to do with a lady versus a man. Men typically, I think, would be more of a baby and be like, I'm going to sing this a little shittier. Right?
Yeah,
it
probably.
just feels like it would be that way to me. But I think that is a ploy. I think that's what they do. Because if you'll remember, Orlando City used to do one even better, and I love this. They get like Naomi Bradshaw to sing the national anthem, and then they just pipe in some shitty MP3 of the Canadian national anthem. I'm like, yeah, get them.
Also, you look over at the Tampa Bay Lightning players, and you're like, why don't they care? It's like, all Russian and Canadian. None of them are American. So the next up on the list is my mother-in-law's roof collapsed.
Oh, my God.
Not roof, I'll say ceiling.
She in Miami?
No, this is my next-door neighbor, basically. She lives at the end of the cul-de-sac.
Lucky you.
So you guys were there 4th of July, and you saw all the tarps on the roof. And
Andrea asked about that.
Yeah. So
I said it had to be something you did.
Yes, I was.
I was thinking slip and slide.
Was I right?
Yeah. And
that was a joke I made.
That was a lot of tarp, dude. That was like
that was like the whole roof.
There's a whole backstory why it would have been easier if I just called Rick from Secured Roofing because that Secured Roofing will go emergency tarp your roof in 48 hours or 24 hours.
Why aren't you letting her scam the roof?
It's not. What happened is she a year ago started this home renovation, and then the contractor, and she's extending a room or whatever, so she's doing roof work and shit. So this contractor's already tied up into redoing the goddamn whole roof and extending it, and so it's like major actually home modification and stuff, but it's all tied into this work. So this has been like a year process or whatever. Everybody's backed up since COVID. Anyway,
I'm pooping good.
She had the hailstorm that I had, and apparently she called her insurance, and her roof got damaged just like ours. By the way, I'm getting a new roof from Secured next Thursday. They're coming out one day. I'll videotape the process and let you know.
Get up there and make sure you tell them how to do it. yeah. Put it over here.
So
move that shingle.
She has the hail damage or whatever, and then the contractor comes out and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's bad" or whatever. They put a tarp over one of the vents because they think that's where a leak is coming in because they noticed some damage.
Yeah.
So anyway, after they did that, she calls my wife and she's like, "Hey, there's a leak in my ceiling, a big brown spot of water, right? Like you know how it starts in the
I hate that.
in the ceiling and
you
the
see
drywall,
it a lot in churches.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, she's like, it must be all this rain, and there must be the leak didn't get covered with the tarp. But that was 4th of July weekend. So it was like Friday, and nobody wants to work or send anybody out on 4th of July weekend. It's a thing. It's nearly impossible to get any
You remember my old plumbing story from the scalding hot water into the genital area.
You got to wait until Monday.
It's bad.
So she calls me, and then apparently it's now the leak is in 2 different places in the ceiling and getting worse, and now going through and dripping into a bucket, right?
Oh, God.
And it's been raining every day at this point, right?
Just like every Beef O'Brady's I've ever ever been in.
So I go, and
you're not wrong.
Crystal,
I know, but it's still mean.
Crystal asked me, she's like, "Yeah, can you help my mom tarp her roof? Like, I don't want her getting up there and trying to do it. She's got a tarp she bought at Home Depot."
Yeah, get up there. Get up there and tarp that roof.
So I get my ladder and I go over there, and
you're always on your roof, by the way, or somebody else's roof. This guy does more roof, like you're on the roof more than Rick from Secure. Why is that?
And
why is that?
So I get the ladder, and then at first I was like, I'm going to get up there. I got the roofing nails and my hammer. And
I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
They tarp, and then I'm like, don't just stay down here. I'll get up there and tarp the roof. I'll just tarp as much as I can.
Are you in tiny shorts?
Oh yeah,
Carrot top
sandals,
style? Carrot top size. Yeah. Oh, ding dong out.
And so she wants to help me, right? So because
she's the sweetest woman in the world.
Also, she's independent.
Yes,
and she's been like
she's been doing it this long. She don't need you.
She does her own lawn. Yeah. She does her own pool. She she wants to do everything herself. Sure. So she refuses to let me go. So she climbs up the ladder, and then I'm thinking, oh my God, Crystal divorced me. She falls down, rolls off the roof.
What would you do? Would you just roll the other way, and then like if she rolled up this way, you'd be like, I have to kill myself. You roll the other way, kill yourself.
I would not kill myself because my sons. I love my sons too much.
But if you had no sons, you would.
I would jump and land on my shoulder so that it explode some sort of serious injury, so that I could claim we both
shoot
fell
yourself
off.
in the leg.
It's the plaxico burst. Someone tried to rob me. I have to injure myself somehow. So I get sympathy instead of get blame.
All right.
So anyway, we're up there.
Your wife runs over. What happened? And you're like, we're both rolled off. I tried to save her.
We put her tarp up there, and then I think it's Jimmy's old tarp that I stole from him.
Get him.
So I put that, and we tack nail that up there, big as hell. And then I'm like, this will do it. Then rain comes, a storm or whatever. Next morning, she calls my wife. She's like, it's leaked crazy. And now
it must be the holes in the nails he put in the roof. He's whacking it good. He put 5 huge mega fist holes in it.
Well, that did actually run through my mind about I didn't look at whether or not you're supposed to start nailing tarps to your roof, and that makes it worse. What the protocol is, or anything like that. I didn't ask any advice.
You didn't ask how to do it.
I just nailed it to the roof.
Supposed to put sandbags down. Right.
So I thought for a second I may have made it worse.
You were using the 2-foot-long nails, right?
Drilling pilot holes.
I did railroad spikes. Railroad spikes. We were doing the thing where 3 people at the same time. Oh my God, they're about to hit each other. They're good at hard labor.
My God, if you watch this long enough, it's very poetic to the ears.
Anyway, so then I had one extra tarp that I stole from a listener that I borrowed his trailer, and I never returned that tarp.
Yeah, all the time.
So I have a whole garage full of stolen shit.
I think you have one of my tarps.
Yeah, I have one. So I bring another tarp over there. We get up there again. I hammer that one in. So now the entire top ridge of the roof is all tarps. Like the goddamn.
And the ceiling has 19 more holes in it from the tarps.
And so I'm like, it can't. No rain. The entire roof.
This is better than a real roof. This is tarps.
This is like the backyard of that goddamn abductor that had a tent city. All tarps.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so the next day, which is I believe a 4th of July morning. Either that or the day before 4th of July. She calls. She's like, "It's worse than ever."
It's almost like people are in the middle of the night putting more holes in the roof. It's crazy.
So I'm like, "Fuck,
what's happening?" So every time we put a tarp on, we get more water. It's almost like we're doing the damage. Couldn't be us.
So Crystal is like, "What happened? What'd you do?" And she's like, "I told this, And
You're
I'm like,
an idiot. You suck.
So I'm like, "How could it be?" And so I'm like, I have to get up there and see. I have to climb up in the attic and see where it's leaking from. And then for a split second, I was like,
the spikes.
It could be leaking from the 180 holes I put in there through the nails. I got to see for myself. So I go over there in the morning.
The best MTV show they ever had was 180 Holes.
And I go to the garage, and her access port, like the standard Florida home, everybody has a garage access into the attic, right? It's usually one garage access and one hallway or a house access.
That's got the little tampon string coming down.
Yep.
Yeah,
and you pull it down, and the wooden stairs flop down.
No, that's fancy. Everybody's just got the piece of drywall that's all cracked with old popcorn.
Yeah, we had the tampon string.
I got the ladder.
Well, that's that's fancy.
No, I got no ceiling in my garage.
Or no ceiling at all.
Wait, you just have an open garage?
It came down as well. It came on our cars.
Oh my God!
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. That's fine. Just leave it. No big deal. Who needs a ceiling?
Just drive out of it.
Definitely improves the value.
So it's just the piece of drywall with popcorn ceiling that you just pop out and then put out. But hers is closer to the edge of the roof than mine is. Like mine's closer to the middle. And in every floor to ceiling or attic that people have been up in, they'll know that the highest part is the apex of the roof that usually runs the whole house, and it gets more lower and lower as it gets closer to the edge of the roof. Anyway, so I get up there, and she doesn't have any boards. Some people throughout the years have put boards between each.
You walk on it.
So you can walk on it or whatever.
You don't step through the drywall.
There's none of that. It's just literally
beams.
From one beam to the other, I guess the framing of the house to stand on, and then underneath that, just insulation and thin drywall that you could fall straight through.
Right.
And then so I have to walk from beam to beam, crouch down.
In sandals.
In sandals.
Not Crocs.
In a mask, by the way, that Crystal gave me. She's like, wear this mask up there because it could be mold. She's been leaking up there
People
for
get
days.
COVID from up there.
And she's like, so she gives me this thick mask
Is
to
it
wear.
the one with the
No, just
canisters on the end?
No, it's just some COVID mask that she had hanging around
That ain't
her.
gonna do nothing. You don't need that. She's gonna make you hotter. Take that off so you can breathe.
The gear shifter in her car. So I put that on.
That's my Dunkin' Donuts man.
And
I put it on to make the workers feel better.
And I start going from beam to beam, and it's about 50 feet down where I know the leaks above her, where the bird cages and her kitchen are.
Oh my God, those poor birds.
Birds are scream crazy by the way. So they're doing their morning screams.
They got a lot of aggression to get out.
Which I'm surprised how loud they were inside the roof.
Well, you're above them.
Yeah.
And it's radiating into the roof.
So I'm walking from beam to beam, and about 10 beams in, my legs are shaking crazy, right? Just from standing on my tiptoes in sandals.
Are you holding on to the other beams?
Yeah, I'm holding on to the beams.
Oh,
but
I thought you were just kind of balancing, and that's why you're shaking.
No, I'm holding on to the beams, but I'm
some sort of attic monkey.
My legs are shaking up and down because I'm standing on the balls of my feet,
walking like Pee Wee Herman.
Anyway, and then all the AC ducting is in between me and
ducting
the ducts.
Yeah, that's right. The ducting.
And the duct work.
That's correct. Yeah, they were duct work.
Yeah, the ducting
is basically between me and the other side. And the other side is where the leak is somewhere, right? And
Yes.
so I get to a point where I think the leak is. I'm looking with my cell phone light, and I'm like, I don't see anything on the roof. Like, I see some spots and whatever, but I'm like, I see nothing like water coming down.
Sure.
So she is in the garage, standing on the ladder with a flashlight, like talking to me, and then
Did you find it yet?
And so, yeah, that's exactly it. And then I'm like, go to the leak area and stick something through the hole so I can see, because I'm like leaning over with my flashlight, and it's just piles of insulation, and I'm like, I can't tell where.
You got to move the insulation to see where the stains are.
But the duct is over there, and if I
Can you lift it up?
Well, no, I mean, you can't.
You're probably in a weird area where you couldn't get enough leverage to do that.
No,
you're standing on the beam.
But lifting it up would what do I do? Crawl underneath it? Is that heavy?
No, you're not going to do that. You'd rip up all the work.
So and I'm trying to reach. I'm like, it feels wet all over the place. Like I don't know where it's coming from.
I was doing that.
God, it
feels wet everywhere.
Need some flour.
I'm not even get any friction. How am I going to get friction in here? I'm small,
and
it's too wet.
So
push her lips together.
So she goes in, and of course she does that thing where if you've been in an attic and you're yelling at a person that's underneath, like in the house, that you can't hear them.
Well, I usually get so mad. I'm like, like where I freak out. I usually have the full freak out where I want to cry.
Yeah, because by the way, I've been up there for half an hour and my legs are shaking, and I'm like, I'm not
sweating balls too.
I'm like, what if I can't make it back and I'll have to dive through the ceiling? Seriously,
that's the only way.
Like if I can't go anymore, I'll just have to dive through.
Oh, into a bird cage. Oh my god! He falls and they start eating him.
They don't scratch my belly.
Oh god!
So I'm up there and then I'm screaming. It's somewhere around here. I'm knocking or whatever, and I'm like, stick the. She got a long ass coat hanger, and I'm like, stick the coat hanger through the drip hole. Jesus. And all of a sudden I see like a
there it is.
Through the insulation.
There she blows.
And I'm
old
like,
sweater snake.
So I'm like, it's there. And she's like, this is the drip hole, but muffled like, and I'm like, it's there. And then so she pulls it down, and then so I'm like, all right, if I
start peeing.
I'm like, if I position myself on like where I lean on top of the ducts, but hold the roof on the other side, basically I can create like a arch of my body so I don't smush her air conditioned ducts, because that's what I was worried about, is falling down and smushing the ducts.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Because then you got to get that repaired, and then it's like she probably thought I'm gonna make it worse up here. So I'm leaning over, and then she's sticking the thing through the hole, and I'm like, great. And she goes back to the attic, and then she's talking to me with the flashlight through the attic.
Sure.
And then I'm like, I think it's wet all around here, but I'm over the ducts or whatever, and I'm looking at the ceiling trying to find where the hell the roof is, where the roof leak is. And all of a sudden, I'm not shitting you, I start hearing a fucking collapse, like, and then for a split second, all I could think is, holy shit, this has been going on for so long that it fucked up the structural integrity of the entire house.
Sinkhole.
And then I'm going to the whole goddamn it, because how loud it was. And it's like, and then
that's it.
Right underneath my hands where I'm leaving on the ducts, the entire fucking ceiling caves in
you ruined her house.
into the kitchen, and where the birds are, and the birds are fucking going crazy. And then I'm not shitting you. I'll show you a picture of the of the roof collapse, and I should have sent this to you, but
you can text it to me. I can try to put it up.
It basically, I'll show you. Look at the size of the roof collapse.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah,
It's like a cannonball.
Hold on a second. You sure you didn't fall through the roof?
The light started hanging like a goddamn diehard. Like a Sparky and shit. And then I'm like, oh my god, got the power.
I would give anything to have witnessed what you were saying at that moment. I would give anything. I'd drain my savings account right now just to see. I want to see your face. Or you're like, oh, what are you saying there? You're like, I'm sorry. It's sorry, I'm fine.
She is still in the garage, like, what happened? And I'm like, the roof collapsed. And then she's like, what'd you do?
Classic females connected to Tom Van's fashion. Anybody that's a girl that knows you screams at it.
I'm like, it was pretty close after you started jabbing the
It was you were jabbing the thing. I was just up here.
I told you to do.
I was trying to save your ducks.
And then, I was like, well, we can see it through the kitchen now. So I walked back all the way to the garage, and then there's insulation is dripping, the light's hanging, and then I look up there, and then the elevator, the refrigerator line that goes to the water line. There's a little connector, and then as I look closer, I'm like, shine the light on there. It's like. like a goddamn mister at Universal Studios. And
so it was the refrigerator line.
Yeah, there's just been misting up there. Never the roof the entire time. It was the goddamn refrigerator water line that had just been misting up there for like a week, and slowly.
That's crazy.
And basically, it drenched the entire top of the ductwork, and then the water traveled down and started dripping in different places. So that's why it looked like collapsed the whole fucking
roof. That's
crazy.
And now, is it normal that you run the refrigerator?
I've never seen a refrigerator line
into the.
Well, I was literally about to. I didn't say anything, but my water lines are on my ceiling.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that would have been the first thing I checked. No, that's like a new way of doing it.
I don't know.
When they replumb your house, they run it to the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's easier because they don't have to tear all the other stuff out.
Anyway, so I was dealing with that on 4th of July weekend.
Sounds good.
Collapse.
That's
and
fun. No stress.
Yeah, it's all good. And
good vibes only.
And as you're, scooping up all the wet insulation.
What are the birds doing while they're talking?
Oh, scream crazy. Stupid ass. Just as loud. It's like you were walking, and it's like you were
birds
robbing.
Birds don't listen to you, right? Like you can't. If a bird is
the entire time.
Now, birds are the type of animal, much like cats, where if a bird is yelling at you, like you can't tell it to hush, and it'll hush, right? It just says
no, and then it starts saying what you're saying.
I'm like, hush.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'll fucking kill
you. You ever killed a bird while it's mimicking you saying "I'm killing you, bird"? And it's like "I'm killing you, bird," and you're like literally beating it to pulp.
What's Ponytail Man?
Oh, okay. I saw a man at Wawa that my wife and I on the day off we had on this Monday after 4th of July. Maisie had camp, and we did something. This is kind of twofold. Well, she had camp scheduled. We could have pulled her out of camp and had like a fun family day, but we didn't. We let her go to camp so we could have a parent day where we like go get lunch and hang out and take a nap and afternoon delight. Yep, thank you. Yeah, all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what we did. But we met a guy. Well, actually, we witnessed him at Wawa, and I don't know if you've ever seen these type of people, but this guy, he looked like Kenny G. He had his hair slicked back, he had a long curly ponytail, he had a bright purple like Oxford on, and a purple jacket, and jeans, and tiny purple pointy shoes that tilted up, and he looked as if he may be like a music teacher of some sort. But this guy had so much confidence, and the way he carried himself was so cool that when Andrea and I got in the car together, and we hadn't said a word about him, nothing. We're not like picking on the guy or anything. We got in the car, we both turned to each other, and at the same time, we were like, "Did you see that guy?" Like it was like he had an air about him that was like so confident and so cool. Now, I'm not saying that the way he was dressed was in any way cool. In fact, it wasn't. It was probably the type of dress that normally on this show, we could just take this guy and run him inside out. But it was his confidence. He had this air about him that was unfadable, like no one could touch it, and it made you envious of him. Like you could feel it.
It was Jesus from Big Lebowski or something like that, where you're dressed ridiculous, but you think you're awesome.
But you're pulling it off. And he was pulling it off. Like in fact, like we both agreed, Andrea and I talking about this, that he was wearing exactly what he should be wearing: purple pointy shoes, a jacket, purple shirt, and the ponytail. And I'm convinced he's a music teacher. He's definitely an artist.
Definition of a cool cat.
No, it's just it's hard to explain. It's kind of like if I could wear... I wish I could wear anything and have that much confidence. I'm just not built that way. This guy is built. He's very comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah.
He's okay with any decision he makes. Like you could just read it on his whole persona. You're like, this guy knows what he's doing. He's what is that? Well adjusted.
Does that guy have a wife?
He appeared to be maybe a little effeminate, so I'm guessing he would have had a husband, but he was just confident.
Wait, I'm just saying,
confidence is attractive. It's just so attractive, and I don't know why I'm.
But some of the person you're describing sometimes doesn't have a partner to dissuade them of dressing the way they want to.
But there would have been no need because he pulled it off.
I guess that's right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But it's ridiculous the way he's dressed, right?
It's hard to exactly. It's hard to explain. It is ridiculous the way he was dressed.
How old is this person?
I would say he was like maybe between 35 and 40.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, if Andrea's out of her meeting, we can try to get her on the phone if she can help me with a better way to describe it. But Like any other time, I would have wanted to make fun of this, but there was no opportunity to because he was so absolutely confident in what he was pulling off that there was literally no hesitation in his outfit. He was like, "This is me. It's authentic."
Well, you got to make fun of him more so that way he feels bad about it.
No, I don't think. I don't think that.
Like,
No, he's impervious to it.
Yeah, wouldn't give a shit.
He wouldn't give a shit.
Should we take a quick break and then come back? And
this is fun.
We'll hammer out the rest of these dump them out topics because we had a bunch today.
Yeah, we might have a long show today. Let's see here. Would you got something to plug, buddy?
I was just going to say I've got more keep doing long show emails, and I need more content the better than anything before. Like it freaked people out that we were wavering.
Well,
on,
we just said it just because we thought about it.
I know. We were just saying that doesn't need to be changed. Do we need to, pivot a little bit? But apparently not.
No,
people
I don't think so. You know the band Angel Dust? Mm-hmm. You know the band Angel Dust? Popular band, brand new music out. This is called Turn Off the Guitar. It's from their... What was this off of? This was off of their Bigger House EP. This is brand new. This came out a couple weeks ago. We'll be back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Show at tomanddan.com for last-minute emails. Samantha will be here. She's coming back very, very soon. We'll be right back right after Angel Dust.
Hollabox Willow Tree Cafe. If you haven't seen the new renovation they did, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy. You can see pictures of it at hollabox.com. That's HOLLERBACHS.com. But that does not do it justice. I know that this is probably your favorite destination restaurant for your family.
Yeah.
As it is mine. Nothing makes everybody happier than a dining experience. And what do we mean by that when we say that? It's not just food. It's not just drink. There's atmosphere. There's music, the way it's decorated, the way the people and the staff treat you, the amount of food options that they have, the treats, the snacks, the beers, the music. It goes on and on.
Theo Hollabach walking around, hanging out with everybody.
You know what? You were touching on something that is
the
lost.
restaurant owner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The restaurateur walking around checking on everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't cooked to perfection. Here's a free beer on me. It's like the way it used to be done.
In his soccer kit, because he's just crazy about soccer.
He's also got 1 foot in retirement, I think.
While Jimmy Eckhart and the Hollabox house band plays.
And they're just ripping it up. If you've never been, why?
The rooftop beer garden is beautiful. They also have that complete wood bar. That's next door.
The upstairs bar.
Yeah, and
the Outfitters. If you want to get some clothing, what do you need? You need traditional German clothing, little snacks or gifts for people that are in your family. You can do that, or the market.
Yep, Magnolia Square Market, and you can get some spaghetti ice cream. I did with my boys last time. Last time we went there for lunch, I walked to the market and then went inside, got spaghetti ice cream, looked around. They have all traditional German products, snacks.
They got the wall
meats.
of Haribos. They got all the gummy bears and the cherries and
German
the
chocolates, any sort of German beers you want.
You can play bingo to win meat. That should be the only phrase I have to say. They got meat bingo. You can check that out.
And their 20th anniversary is August 1st, and they've got a bunch of things going on. Check out their social media. It's Hollabox Willow Tree Cafe in Sanford. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's here. Tony Rage is here. Seth Petrozelli is here. And Angela is here.
I like when Travis makes us cocktails now.
Yeah, I feel like a fancy bitch when he makes us cocktails.
He's good at this.
Yes.
Almost like this should have been his
You're
job.
good at bartending and TikTok. You got a future.
Yeah. So, what are we drinking?
So, this is Cooper's Mark.
I finished mine.
I know, right? You crushed it.
I crushed
Dude, it is really good.
This is a peach bourbon old fashioned. So this is going to be just their Cooper's Mark Peach Bourbon with a little bit of orange juice, a little bit of lemon juice, and then finish off with
a fresh peach.
And don't trail off at the end.
It's got nobody cares. Ain't nobody like me. I'll go eat some worms.
And you can only get
delicious.
Cooper's Mark at ABC, right? It's
yes,
ABC's
it's one
brand.
of the proprietary.
I ain't got no friends. I guess I'll go outside and kick a can.
And we're doing a contest, correct?
Yes, we are actually. Submit your recipe for any of the Cooper's Mark brands. We're actually using their bourbons. We have their normal bourbon. They have an apple bourbon and a peach bourbon. So send us your recipe. I am freaking out.
Slow down, bro.
Why are you freaking out, bro? You're
Put
good
him
at
on the
this.
spot.
Relax. You're good at this. Don't freak out.
Take a sip.
Send us your recipe, and then every week we're going to be giving out a $20 gift card to ABC. So submit your recipe starting next week. We're going to be choosing one of the recipes, and I'll be making it on air, and then we'll decide if it's
so all people have
good.
to do is shoot you an email with a recipe, and they could win $25 to ABC. I love it.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Whose idea was that?
Can I be eligible?
Yeah.
I just wonder why we're not reaping any of these wonderful ABC gift card benefits. I'd like for all of that to come to our pockets, not to the listeners.
Just put your recipe on social, hashtag TDABC, we'll find it. And
then, that's a good idea, too.
And email to Travis just to make sure.
Indeed.
So let's finish Dump 'em Out.
All right. Okay, we're on.
Mike from Spectrum, what's that?
Oh, okay, Mike from Spectrum. I have to dig up the quote because he said something that I'd never heard of. I guess the theme today is kind of confidence. Going off of the gentleman I just described as Purple Kenny G.
Yeah.
The gentleman at the Wawa. So we upgraded our internet to gig here, Spectrum Gig Internet, because we were just having some issues. We were trying to get by with fast internet, but not the fastest internet. Well, that's not going to work anymore. As we become more of a television station than we've ever been, it's just not going to work for us. So I upgraded the internet. And I knew, because my wife used to work for Spectrum, that these type of things are extremely difficult and very, very hard. So I blocked off all of last Saturday to handle the internet here. We had nothing to do. And Andrea and Maisie were going to run some errands, and they had stuff already planned that they were going to do. And Andrea said, if you don't want to come, you don't have to. I'm like, fine. I'll stay here and drink Coors Light at the studio and wait for the internet man to come and fix our internet. Question?
Okay, I have a question about technology, because I don't understand.
I may not be able to answer it, but I'll try.
So I was under the impression that, all right, everybody's got a line to their house that has internet in it, right? Okay. Right. I'm dumbing it down for myself.
It's a hose. It runs up into the attic.
Yeah, everybody's got the internet hose.
Yeah, it is mists everywhere.
It comes out.
It might leak on it.
For whatever internet you got. And then if you want a faster internet hose, I thought it was just them clicking, hey, give this hose faster.
It can be.
And it's not like anything hardware that has to be done.
We can be, but because when we originally got this studio, you forced me to cheap out on the internet, and we needed to. We didn't have any money, and we were in way over our heads. And we are now. But I mean, at that time, we were more over our head. Like right now, we can kind of see the surface and our oxygen bubbles.
Yeah.
But before, we were in the bottom where there's no light. You know what I mean? Like, so we didn't have any money. So we got the fastest we could afford at the time. That is one particular modem. What we upgraded to requires a brand new modem, and not only a modem, but a brand new router paired with the modem.
Okay, so that's something they bring
all
here.
New equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, we got all new equipment installed. So, dude shows up and installs the internet and everything, but it just wasn't going to work. We had phone lines that were not working correctly. We had an extra... much with anything Spectrum related, it's going to be a fucking shit show.
Yes.
And if you go into it, and I like Spectrum, and I'll tell you why. The quality of what we've had here, for the most part, has been really, really good. We haven't had many times where we've been internetless. You know, a couple of little hiccups here and there. But normally it's because of Baldwin doing construction. It's really not Spectrum.
Yeah.
But a lot of people complain about it. Well, they're just a mega company, But, for what they provide, it's fine. So... They're so big now that they mess up accounts all the time, and my wife knows that since working for them. So I call in, they've got an extra phone line on the account. The short of the long is I have to, get my account and my problem like elevated to a higher level person, like a manager of some sort that can walk me through the process. So it goes up, and then it gets to the manager that I need, and I'm talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I'm virtually certain I can get this done. You're very lucky you got me because
nobody else knows.
Yeah, and this is a weekend. And then
that's true, yeah.
As I'm talking to him, he's like, what seems to be the problem? I start talking to him. phone line goes down.
God.
And you've already talked to, what, 10 people?
I wasted
the 2 days prior?
All of Thursday, you guys saw me. I wasted about 5 hours calling in. And then now my appointment on Saturday was at 8 a.m. He showed up at 10:30. But I knew that. I budgeted it in. If you go into it knowing it's a shit show with a 12-pack of beer, it's fine.
They should make a movie about that.
Cable guy.
But anyway, so I'm freaking out. So I call back in, and I get a guy named Mike. Now let me pull up his quote here. But Mike, I'm talking to Mike, and Mike's like, "I've been here forever. I'm Mike. I'll be able to fix this." And he actually referred to himself as, he's like, "Oh yeah." He's doing this on the phone. He's like, I'm going through that. I didn't do very good notes here. I'm looking through. Oh yeah. I can get this up and running. I can get this fixed because, whew, man, I got to tell you, you're lucky you got me. There's only a couple of hotshot whiz kids that can figure this out. He called himself a hotshot
I thought you were making that up.
No, I had to write it in my phone. I had to mute him. He called himself a fucking hotshot whiz kid, and damned if he wasn't right, because he went in and coded our phone line by hand. He's like, I see the problem with your phone line. The reason it's not working, I'm going to go in. He said, it'll take me about 10 minutes, but I'm going to code it by hand. He went in, and he typed it, and then he called me, and we tested all the lines, and everything was right. Motherfucker backed it up. He is a Mike, you're a hotshot whiz kid. Salute to Mike.
Now, is he, or is he...
No one else could do it.
Does he know how to fix it easily, and then he makes it sound harder than it is?
Well, that's what I do to you guys. I do that to you guys all the time. I'll be like, oh my God, I got that video uploaded. One button.
I know.
One button.
Well, people do this in normal jobs all the time where they make things seem way more complicated or harder than they actually are because it's like they're trying to protect the integrity of their job. Yeah.
But you know what the weird thing is? In this case, I know exactly what you're saying, but in this case, I'm gonna have to say no because the number of times he checked back with me to see if I was still on the line was in upwards of 40, because it did take a while. It didn't take 10 minutes. It actually took closer to 20-ish plus. But you could hear him just hustling, and he got it right. He fixed it all up.
See, I'm always skeptical because...
I am too, but like I just want to believe in Mike. I just want...
Give the whiz kid his due.
I wanted one, and especially when you refer to yourself like that, and you could tell he was a nerd, and you could also tell that when he was saying that, he wasn't saying that to be funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I was having a lot of interactions with very confident people over the last couple days.
I like that, confident nerd.
Confidence is very important, and I don't have any. Maybe that's why I've been recognizing it more, is because I'm very, very lacking in that department. Like, when you give me compliments, you go, oh, man, I'm just, ooh.
See,
get all weird.
Anything with technology, I feel like most people don't know what they're doing or don't know how it works. So
I'm getting to a point where I'm losing grasp. I can feel it. It feels like my hands are greased and I'm holding onto a bar. And for the last 11, 12 years on our show, I've been the guy that has to stay up on everything, and I can feel it like becoming more powerful than me, and I can't fucking control it anymore, and I have to become dumb old man, and I have to let go, and I have to just slip into the abyss.
Give it up to God.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. But it's getting a little much.
It's like anytime an app developer or DevOps or Juan explains Twitch to me or any of the stuff that as they're talking about all the things, I'm like, you could be telling me literally anything. I have no idea if what you're saying is correct or how it works, or you could just fill me full of bullshit, and I would be like, yes, because I have no idea even to determine whether you're telling me a lie or not. And I feel like they know that, and if you're into technology and you work in that field, you know that most people you're talking to is like a mechanic.
100%. I believe that.
You're just like, hey, the headers, oh man, the gaskets.
Do you ever call them out on their bullshit? I did that once.
Well, how would I know? I feel like I would insult them because they're like, how dare you?
Well, they insult you by making you feel like an idiot.
I'll give you one to make fun of me. I'm normally this guy where I call into like Apple tech support, and I'll be like, yeah, I already went on the forums and already went steps 1 through 7, so I'll just save you some time.
I do too, because don't waste my fucking time.
And then the guy usually kind of gives me that, like, hey, bro, iron sharpens iron, all right. You know, like, okay, we're cool. And then we have that moment together, and then normally I never get anything solved.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like from that point, it's like, I have no answer.
I got nothing either. Yeah, all right.
Why are you making fun of Staghorns?
I'm confused with my stagduality. I said that.
Wow.
Since wearing Crocs.
You're a changed man?
I have learned that there are things in life that give people great joy that are infuriating. And as much as Crocs infuriate Tom, Staghorns infuriate me. So in a weird fucking way, I'm just stuffing 2 Staghorns on my feet. And I had a moment. I had a realization here. And I looked, and then I think it was Richard that linked me on the BDM page to this glorious staghorn that's the size of 7 me's. And I looked at it, and it spoke to me, and I go, oh my God, I think I might be okay with these, but only the super jumbo one.
But still with the chain? Or no chain?
I just feel like that. They all have chains. I think, couldn't we do better than chain? How about gold chain? All right. Hear me out. Hear me out. Gold chain.
Decorative rope.
No, see, ropes get moldy and they fall down.
Herringbone gold chain.
There's got to be a better way.
Well,
Dookie rope.
If that staghorn falls, there's no getting it back up.
Run DMC Dookie rope. It would look so much cooler.
I do like gold chain.
Gold chain is dope.
A big Mr. T, like a bunch of them.
Why are you looking at my stag?
Because they're...
I pity the fool that don't put a banana peel in my stag.
They look like the cannonball of plants. Like, that shit is hardy, but it's very, light and airy inside. Yeah, So if it fell, it would crush one side of it, it'd be instantly dead. Or deformed forever.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with stags now because I hate the little ones because I think they look like trash bags in the trees. But the ones that are automobile size, I'm okay with those. I actually, they're very impressive because I'm like, my God, it's like a plant dinosaur.
Yeah, it is. But it's also expensive as hell. Like if you bought one of the jumbo staghorns, it's like $800, $1,000, $1,200.
And once I hit Tom with my staghorn Crocs analogy, I noticed he shut up about the Crocs a little more. Makes a little more sense, doesn't it?
But the staghorn is hanging off a tree in my front yard.
Those
Crocs
are hanging off his toes.
These don't impact you in any way. You don't have to look at it. I don't have to look at your
does have to look at them.
Businessmen are other grown.
Businessmen pull up to your house.
Black toe. His stinky old flip-flops with doo-doo on the bottom.
Oh, they don't see the doo-doo. Also,
coming in hot. I'm defending your Crocs.
He told you to never talk about the doo-doo.
I'm a Florida businessman. The Crocs there's a hippie element.
I know. We got a lot of voicemails about them. It's weighing. Last week it was weighing heavier to your side. This week it's coming back to my side. It's the new sit stand. I'm not wearing underwear today because these villain shorts are comfy.
So
I could smell it.
Well, I just peed my pants a little bit.
Speaking of that, I was sitting on the toilet this morning.
I was sitting on the toilet this morning.
I was watching,
thinking about crushing my in-laws' house.
I was watching Seth's girlfriend take a shower.
And jacking it on the toilet?
No, I wasn't jacking it. I was preparing for the show.
You know what? I never jack it when I look at Seth's girlfriend, and because I'm a fucking gentleman.
Well, you can't get in there now. I was trying to explain
I'm locked out.
Goddamn code.
I need her to send me a recover code for my password.
Verification and my shit. Anyway, so
I got a year for free. You can put up my She sent me a year for free, so I can
You get to see her in real life. What the hell?
It's like she's bullying him.
This is fucking weird.
It's different.
It is. Yeah. Okay. Well,
it's way different.
So you'll have to pay next year, though, Seth.
So, and the only it sounds like I'm a creepo, but I'm doing this because Seth's my friend, and I want to promote his girlfriend's business.
Thank you.
Right.
And I have to keep up with what she's putting
it's
out.
a good business.
You haven't bought one of my shirts.
Oh, that's because you don't. You don't have titties.
Take a shower.
You don't have a nice can.
You want Tracy's piss with it, and I'll give it to him.
I'll watch a video.
If you want to soak that Venezuelan dong, I'll buy as many shirts as you want. I like this whole new pick your fluidity thing, man. I might start fucking everything now. That's the way you're supposed to do it. It's a better way of living.
I was watching it, and then it dawned on me because I'm like, holy shit! Like this is like amazing that I'm just being able to watch this in HD quality. Oh my God, who's here?
Oh my God. It's his girlfriend! So,
it's White Claw people.
Oh my God, it's white supremacists. they're burning our. Oh my God, get out!
They're here early for our other podcast. That was hard to find.
I'm not on that one.
Anyway, so it dawned on me, and I'm like, this is the fantasy I had when I was a teen, and I thought about. No, seriously,
she was like 2 years old.
When I thought to myself, what if I was the Invisible Man? What would I do? Like, what if I got invisible powers? First thing I'd do was go and watch girls take showers. It sounds a little creepy.
No, I've always said that.
But for a teen boy, I think that's
I remember
on par.
The first time the concept of like you said, the Invisible Man. I don't think it was the original horror story, The Invisible Man, the one that Mike Aiello from like, I'm gonna guess the 40s. They probably made a movie, but I'm gonna guess I saw it in some sort of Disney show or something. The concept of invisibility, right? And the first thing I thought of was that it'd be cool to walk around and just observe people, and then that goes like, oh, I can sneak into somebody's house, and then immediately the next thing is, oh, I could watch them or their mom take a shower.
Yeah.
I think mine was a mom because I think I for whatever reason, I always went for
whoever you're around that you fantasize about being nude as a teen boy.
It was my buddy on drumline, Mike. I've talked about his mom and the big titties. It was her.
So then I started thinking,
they were humongo.
I was like, do you think in the future that
she had a little bob haircut like who's the Mary Lou Retton?
Okay,
big old stack of orange.
Follow me with this, and
I'll follow you to
hell. Seth, do you want to plug her OnlyFans?
I plug her all the time.
No, it's not. Wednesday Collects.
It's OnlyFans.com/Wednesday Collects. I thought that's how you got to get to
Tom
it.
You
can't just search for it.
Precision Garage Door of Central Florida right, but he can get Wednesday Collects right.
So then I started thinking, I was like, I wonder if the future is going to be where you're at, like, as an adult, you're with your
even when you're with your wife,
a party with your friends, and then at least one or two of your friends' wives are going to have OnlyFans accounts, and you're
the closest,
and you're
the closest.
Then go and be like, well, I've always wondered what she looked like nude, and then people will like.
Well, no, his wife is actually publishing photos of herself in there. You see what I'm saying?
But only in the home.
Yeah. But I mean, I saw it last weekend. I saw it.
Can you take a picture of it
with my eyeballs?
I wanted to see that.
No, he's my business partner. I can't do it.
Because then I was like, a lot of people would.
You should share the soapy butt with Seth. You get to see his girl.
It's good, dude.
Well, I pay for it.
I'll pay $10.99, whatever that is. I don't know what she charges. $20.
Seth's down to pay for soapy butt.
Dude, it's good. It's solid.
It is good.
Yeah, it's really good.
How do you feel about all your friends seeing your wife's ass and saying it's good?
It's a good ass. You see what I'm saying? Like, if my wife had a big, lumpy, dumpy, looked like a hoarder toilet, and she was like, "That's my ass," and like, I'd be embarrassed of it.
Oh my God! No.
If you guys came over, I'd hide it.
There's something
I don't want people seeing
your ass. Is like the picture of the moon.
Turn it upside down. It's gross.
But when you volunteer the pictures or videos to show your friends,
think it's weird?
It's very spoony. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
fucker, bro.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
If you'd have never said anything, I'd have just thought that you were into horny art.
Yeah, you could have never told us it was her ass.
Because it's horny art. It's 80s. It's very 80s. It's got that vibe of like
the old Roxy, the sexy pictures in Roxy or Guilt.
It's like it's like Vice City. You know, like it's cool. Yeah. It's like it's actually very in right now. The decor is. I'll shut up.
So speaking of Crystal. Next on the list, Samantha got an email from a mad.
No. Someone slid in my DMs on Instagram.
Oh, was that Instagram?
Lucky guy.
I never
checked. It was a girl, actually.
I'll watch.
My Instagram DM. She may have. Sent
I
it
think
to me.
she said that she did, but I could be misremembering.
No, but
you don't know how to check your DMs.
I got a bunch of messages from Daniel. And I have no idea what they were. They all you shared some meme or something.
I'll link you in things where I'll be like,
he never sees
I'll be like, sign up to be a BDM with me and Tom. Like, help our company.
You're supposed to share it, but you don't.
I know. So she was mad at me over a comment that I made on last Friday's show when you were talking about mutual masturbation and the fact, and I'll bring us up to Seth. So Seth,
I'm all for it.
Yeah, you'll let her do this while you're doing that.
Oh yeah, that's fun,
dude. I do that. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
It's a different thing to turn on. You know.
We did it at the end of the Lightning game. That way, at the end of it, we can stick it in. Yeah, it's like you do this when you're not fully into it. You're just like warming things up. Okay, I'm putting the oil and the salt in the popcorn maker.
But you said you didn't say it for a foreplay. You said like for the whole thing.
Yeah. There are times, yeah.
And I mentioned that was weird because I was like, it's hard to, go the whole way with that, after so many years.
I think she Facebook messaged you.
Okay.
No. It says Instagram. She sent me a screenshot. She did send you a DM.
Same company.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was super mad at me that I said that because I think I said the comment, how could you finish like that with your
Just
wife?
the hand, yeah.
Maybe I could with another lady.
Yes, with another girl, yeah.
And then she was like, how old? So what did she say?
She said, I'm sending this to you in a private message because I don't want to upset Crystal, but if you were my husband and you said maybe with a new girl on the air, I would hurt you in your sleep. Hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. She deserves a really romantic or nice gesture after that.
So I was I questioned this because I was confused by why she was mad at this, and I understand that she's mad that I said that because she takes it as a slight at Crystal.
Well, I means it to say the other woman would be better.
No, well, I'm just saying
different.
I'm just saying the truth.
But I think that's what he's.
How could you get mad at? No, but
yeah, you're just stating facts.
I equated it to if you get bit by 1,000 rattlesnakes, the venom doesn't work anymore, right? So
you get bit by 1,000 rattlesnakes, venom don't work anymore.
Yeah, the first
that's a good country
It works but like by the 10,000th time, you're immune to the venom at that point.
I don't know, man.
Then it takes a cobra to fuck you up.
Yeah, maybe for you, but like
it's just science. That's all I'm saying. Is like after a certain amount of time of the same thing,
and we all think that you just don't say it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm yelling at her. I'm not. This is not a slight at Crystal, and she, even though she doesn't listen to the show, she'll never.
Crystal, your venom doesn't work anymore.
No, other things are fine.
Well, maybe
I'm
if
just
you
saying
tried
that.
But yeah, you've never done that with your wife, so maybe.
So it's like a cobra bite.
She told me a long time ago. She's like, "Don't do that anymore." What are we? High school?
No, you're not fingering. You don't have to put it in. You can just touch the outside or rubber leg.
Up hard, real hard, so it squirts.
No. Oh my God! Jeez, Samantha was like, "Yes." Oh, I'm shocked. Samantha was fully in, and then
I blew it on the squirter.
That's called the pee-pee button.
No, it's not.
It's a pee-pee button.
Oh my God! I have a lemonade hand.
Anyway, I'm just saying reality. There's no reason to get mad at me about that. That's all I'm saying.
I think I was
you're saying it's the truth. So
I was trying to
just take it.
Well, there's no slight. There's not an insult to anybody. My wife would say the same thing. It's like
it would have to be a new girl that I'd been around a couple of times because the first time I'm probably going to be kind of nervous.
The first time's always kind of.
It couldn't be the first time. I'm going to say second or third time. I'll be faster than.
It's not that I want to do that. I don't want to cheat on my wife.
But somebody's got a gun to my head in this scenario. I have to do it to save my family.
But that's the reality of what would be. It's the cobra in this analogy.
Yes,
the new snake. You need the new snake. All right, though.
That's my best Cobra Commander impression.
So. I got a Blackstone for Father's Day, and
you go to the doctor yet?
And you,
hey, we'll be right back.
So you guys, Daniel and Tony, saw it at 4th of July because it was the first time. Yeah, the tiny camping one.
It's good because I like the. Oh, it was fun too, man.
I would have stopped by. I was doing nothing the whole thing.
Well,
I don't food share fireworks. There's babies. I hate fireworks. It's so stupid.
We did fireworks.
Well, I would have left before that. I was came and said, "Salsa be butt." Said hi.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, but
was she wearing the deep V to the P?
It's a bunch of kids.
No.
I never.
I teach kids now. I'm cool with kids.
Yeah, but you don't want to go to parties with the kids. That's why I never invite.
But he does want to impress them with his tampon.
I do. I pulled up and revved the engine so they would come up and be like,
"Oh my God, it's the douchiest ice cream man ever."
His car is better than Daddy's car.
Then I go to Max. I'm like, look at this bouquet.
There were lots of kids, and unless you're cool with playing with these kids,
I'm glad I didn't
it's not
go.
the party for you. Like you're literally like, I'm just gonna get refreshed and get in the water, and you had like 5 children.
See,
No,
I
I
don't mind
can't do
kids jumping out. That's fun to me. But like playing like with toys and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah,
but in the pool's cool because you can jump. I can throw them real far. I can stay on fire. I
but
can
then
shot
it's
put them.
every 5 seconds. Throw
Yeah.
me
Oh,
again. Throw
well,
me
then I
again.
get worried about it.
You start throwing them, and then
Maisie's
Maisie's
relentless. I mean, she'll never stop.
She'll bully you like a high school football coach. It's like, go, you have more.
She's definitely gonna be one of those girls that's like, that's all you got. She's definitely like that.
Her crying,
Yeah,
you know,
she's
like,
definitely like that.
Anyway,
She's fucking tough.
So we were planning on barbecuing for 4th of July, and I wanted to barbecue some onions and peppers for everything on my Blackstone.
Yeah, it was good.
So before you do that, it says you have to season it properly or you fuck it up, right?
So Tom put salt all over it.
Tony saw this.
Italian, thyme.
So Crystal told me,
Turmeric.
and then there's some YouTube videos I didn't watch, but she's like, just put oil.
Smoked paprika.
It's the simplest thing in the world.
Yeah,
by the way.
And then my buddy Fernando told me, he's like, just put a high temperature oil. They tell you to buy the Blackstone product. You don't have to. Just put peanut oil or any high temp oil. And then
You didn't get my text.
Avocado works.
Yeah. No, I got it.
But I sent you a text that I have the Blackstone paste. They make a paste, but it came with mine for free. I wouldn't buy this shit. You don't need it. But I got it. I was like, you can have it if you want it, but you never answer your text.
Well, it takes you have to do it 4 times, and it's a whole process of like 40 minutes. That's what they say. I was like, I'll do it kind of what they say.
Half-ass it.
I'm gonna do 39 minutes.
But so they're like, heat it up to maximum heat, as hot as it'll go. Let it sit there for 30 minutes so it's hot as fuck. And then use a paper towel or a rag, put oil on it, put some oil, and then just wipe it down. And then wait until it burns off. And then when the smoke is gone, just keep doing that. Right? So I'm like, it's easy enough.
It's actually, they tell you to do it, to drink a beer while you're doing it. Yeah.
And I saw there's some nerd dad on YouTube doing it, and I'm like, this is fine. And so
you've done all the same things we did.
I'm letting it heat up, get it to as hot as it'll, I let it sit there on high for 40 minutes or whatever.
Oh my God.
And then, so I get the oil, and then I get a big bunchy piece of paper towel, like you're wiping your ass, like a big bunchy. And then I put some oil on that, and then I'm like, all right, I just put a couple teaspoons of oil on the thing. And then as soon as I put the paper towel on the super hot Blackstone, it immediately started burning the paper towel brown, and then smoking. I was like, and then I was like, is this what's happening?
But you keep going with it.
Why did you preheat it for 40 minutes?
Because they told me to do that. The YouTube video.
You preheat it for 40 minutes.
It said get it as hot as possible.
Yeah, but you just turn it on for maybe 5 minutes. It'll get as hot as possible. You put the oil on, just let it start burning off.
I'm virtually certain it said get it as hot as possible for 40 minutes. Of course, Saturday.
3 minutes.
No. It said that.
I don't think you preheat it for 40.
No.
The whole thing's supposed to last 40 minutes. You're not supposed to preheat it for then put the oil. Burn your fucking house down.
Well, so get as hot as possible. I thought the longer anyway.
You start dumping gasoline, this will get real hot.
And then little toilet paper crumbles are coming off because it's so hot on the grill.
Jesus.
So then I was like, oh God, I don't want them to infuse to the raw metal and now I'm just a goddamn paper towel.
You're dealing with T2 now.
So I start trying to
it's melting everywhere. Robert Patrick is form of Blackstone.
I start taking my bunchy paper towels and I start trying to brush the crumbles off.
No, you can't.
Which is spraying the hot oil all
onto your dick,
on my Duke belly, and on my arm. Look at the burns.
Oh my God!
Look at the burns I have. I got spots on my Duke belly from burns. I'm like, yeah, and smoking, and then
you need a nurse to follow you around at all times.
To not do 20 milligrams.
And then Crystal runs out, and she's like, "Did you watch the videos? Did you talk to Daniel?"
Of course not.
I'm like, he texted me something.
He texted me something.
Text me something.
I mean, if you would have said, I've held this preheated for about 20 minutes, I'd be like, no, way too long.
Then I got my wife's Christmas dish rag, like with a fucking Christmas.
So you switched the cloth.
Like a snowman embroidery.
And then I was covered that in oil, and I was wiping that down, smoke crazy.
Yeah, it's supposed to smoke. That's the only part you got
You're
right.
going to be eating yarn and fucking
it's
It's good. Oh, it was great.
I smoked it good.
Yeah. and then he proceeded to
No
make...
wonder you're mad on Tuesday
He
when you came in.
proceeded to make these hot dogs that you get. These hot dogs you get in organic.
Oh, yeah, jumbo dogs.
How big were they?
They're the fucking
those
best,
things were
dude.
amazing.
They're literally
Now I'm upset. I missed the hot dog.
I haven't had a hot dog in like
They
10
were the
minutes.
circumference of a big
It's organic.
dick.
It's the one they
Seriously.
That does not mean anything.
What is that?
There's a lot of different girths of dicks. I don't know what that means.
This
No,
is
I
the
said big
quintessential big dick.
A big one, yeah.
You look at it as a quintessential big dick.
I had a split one with my wife. It was so
I
big.
split one with my wife too. Dude,
Organic Meats is the place.
I love hot dogs and
Dude, their chorizo is awesome.
there's
Everything, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
everything
my
they
God.
got straight up organic goodness, man.
This is the last topic. The stink buffalo. So I watched this alone reality show about people. There's $1 million challenge. Can you last 100 days in the Arctic? With like 10 items or whatever. Literally just hunting for food and build your own shelter type of deal. And then they started in September and it goes into December, which it gets down to like -30, like insane, right? And so they picked a bunch of survival specialists.
Yeah.
Like these people, it wasn't like Naked or Afraid or Survivor. These people do this for a living. Like they're guides and outdoor guides and outdoorsmen and like they're social media
Testing their
influencers.
merit.
Yeah, and then they go out there and they start with 10 and the whole reality show is they dwindles it down.
Yeah, where's it at now?
Oh, I watched the whole thing. I won't say it. It's good. It's on Netflix.
So there is a winner. Though.
Yes, yeah. And
Thank God you finally finished
which
it.
they never explained.
So sick of hearing about this
if more, they said if you last 100 days, you win $1 million. But they never said if multiple people lasted. Like what happens anyway?
I think
What's the name of
if
the
you
show?
last the entire time. No, I think
everybody gets
each
an
person does.
What's the name of the show?
Alone.
Okay.
Seth has diarrhea.
So there's one guy that's on the show that is seemingly the best. It's like this real man that is a fucking.
So he's the rig.
Oh,
he's the guy that he talks like he's been doing this his entire life and he's lived with Native Americans for like 2 years and learned all their ways and learned. What I'm saying? Like this guy is quintessential.
Legit.
Is that the one you told me how you built like a condo, like a 7-Eleven?
So he's out there and they're all just catching fish and rabbits and shit because that's all they can get.
Yeah.
And the one guy hit a squirrel and like you're eating squirrels and rabbits and fish, right? Whatever they could catch with snares and whatnot. And they have bow and arrows, but like one person shot a porcupine, but that's about it, right? And
I think I could kill a porcupine.
It was close.
Like, if it's me and him in a fight, I think I could best him.
And so this guy comes across a goddamn, what I call the stink buffalo, but it was called a musk ox, and it looks like a miniature buffalo with like ram horns.
Hold
right?
on, I look like a miniature buffalo with ram horns.
And he's like, "Oh shit, it's a musk ox." He's like, "I'm gonna try to take it down," and I'm like, "What the fuck? There's no way this guy." You know what I'm saying? He's out there
Like I would ask with what, a stick?
Well, he's got a bow and arrow, but still, but he's not got a
Them
compound.
things are the thick hide, dude.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
he doesn't got a goddamn like a mechanical like the thing with the
Compound bow.
a compound bow
Yeah.
where it's like this
Crossbow.
with that goddamn or the Rambo explosion.
What kind
whatever.
of arrows is he using?
Is a regular like Cowboys and Indians arrow, like like that
suction
old
cup,
school.
suction cup.
Just an old school bow with an arrow, like
like you shoot a clown.
And so this guy, and it's a reality show, and he's filming it himself, and I'm like, no fucking way, this guy's gonna kill
Does
this
he get
goddamn
paid
buffalo.
to be his own cameraman? Right? You should get like double pay.
They give him I think they switch it out every day or whatever, something like that. And so he's like, I'm gonna try to kill it. And he fucking goes back, and this thing's like 50 or 60 yards away.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, no way he hits this fucking thing with an arrow. And I would be skeptical that this was fake if it wasn't for the whole premise of the show. Like, and maybe it is, and maybe I'm naive.
No, I'm sure somebody's already vetted this online. Because those internet detectives, they go crazy.
And not to spoil it.
I used to think Naked and Afraid was pretty real until we talked to the guy that came in here, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Now-
well, he was fucking around though too, right? Wasn't he kind of like?
It's just near places, and so they're not really as far into the jungle as
well, also with Naked and Afraid, they spun it as if they like cheated, but they really
changed
didn't.
the whole narrative of the show, right?
And they do have actual cameramen and producers close to them, so if something does happen, but alone, they're not supposed to have anybody around them, right? It's just them with cameras.
Yeah.
They bring their own.
It's
cameras.
like the backlash.
They drop. I think they replenish the batteries and shit.
I think it's kind of the backlash of Naked and Afraid, and what I mean by that is like.
No, they were going on at the same time.
But aren't they they're trying to make themselves, my point is they're trying to make themselves more, like, authentic, right? It's kind of like what Bear Grylls and Les Strauss? Yeah. Remember when they were going at it, it was like Bear Grylls, he's not doing it real. No, Les is doing it real. Like, it was like, who's more authentic?
I think the Naked and Afraid is more like the awkwardness of, because it's normally one guy, one girl, both naked in the elements, and then you also have to work with people or people butt heads. I think it's more of like, with Alone, it's like, can you do this by yourself on your own?
Gotcha.
So he shoots a bow and arrow, and then he fucking hits this thing in the ass, right?
Okay.
And it's like, and then it's like running away or whatever.
Oh, now he's going to track it.
And then he's like, I'm going to track it. And then it's like 4 hours later.
Yeah, I mean, you do that in Red Dead Redemption. And you'll hike around a bear.
After 4 hours, the thing's like bleeding out of its ass or whatever from the arrow, and then it's like resting or whatever, because it's like an ancient, like a Native American thing to like tire out the animal from like scare and track it, and then it finally gets tired out and it takes a rest, and that's where you try to kill it. So it's sitting there resting and shit with an arrow out.
I like to kill the animals around their own family.
And then the guy is like, I'm gonna go in for the kill. He's with the holy camera, and then he's like, he runs at it with what? With a knife, and then stabs it a couple times, and the thing's like, and then he runs off, so it doesn't like headbutt him or whatever.
Track it again.
And he proceeds to do this like 5 or 6 times over and over.
Yeah, because you have to,
and stabs it to death.
That's a real man.
I was like, holy shit!
The real The real interesting thing here is that Tom made Crystal watch this. There's your story.
She covered her eyes through the stabbing.
He was fingering her.
That's her kink. That's her kink.
Mutual masturbation.
I'm like, I wish.
Mutual muskoxation. What's it called? Muskox?
I wish a cobra was here. And then he butchers it. It takes him like 5 days to take all the goddamn meat back to his foot. Anyway, it's crazy. I was like, holy shit, this fucking old real man killed a goddamn stink buffalo with a knife by hand. And
what's that taste like?
Probably good.
Probably pretty fatty. Probably good.
I didn't realize
they have bison, or bison's the same thing, right?
The same family,
yeah, but I would imagine it's probably pretty fatty, right?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that, because like some of the guys could only catch fish, and this one guy, he was catching like an insane amount of fish and eating fish every day. So I was like, this guy's gonna last, because he's got like 4 fish a day. He was like, he had a good fishing area, and then in the middle of the night he shit a sleeping bag.
Because I don't want to fish anymore. I put my sleeping bag.
And he started having to eat moss and shit because he had too much oil from the fish. Like, you can't just have just one thing. It has to be a balance. So the same shit with the if you have too much lean meat, you have to eat fat. Like, apparently fat is the hardest thing to find in the wild. So like, it's in the brains and lips. Yeah, he's having to eat the lips.
No, your dude used the brains, because I saw this on the because I went to watch what you were talking about. He used the brains to oil his gloves. So this thing he killed. So he's like, you could use this guy's an outdoors genius. He's like, you can use the brains that are super oily. You can use this to oil my gloves to make them supple and protect them.
You're just showing off at that point.
He was. It's like, other people are starving. You're worried about your gloves.
Yeah, they'll starve, and he comes out like 60 pounds overweight with a high cholesterol.
Wearing a beautiful coat.
It's the outdoor equivalent to the drill press. No one does this in real life. You're just showing off. Anyway, all right.
You want to break it?
Let's break and then come back with some news, and then we'll talk to our guest Angela, and figure out what Travis has been doing over there, talking
what's he doing?
for half an hour.
He's hanging out with his friends now.
I don't know what he's doing over there, but
I invited my friends over.
The name of the band is Sloth Thrust. The name of the song is One More for the Ocean. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
I sat in front of the ocean. I was looking for you. The sky's collapsing. All I see is blue.
I'm sure you guys have heard that the market for real estate is crazy right now.
Bananas.
And that's even more reason to use the Bart Merrick team, because you need super experienced realtors, especially in this market, to guide you through the home buying process and your home selling process.
The key word there, team. You're getting two excellent professionals. You're getting our good friend Bart Merrick, and you're actually getting Tom's wife, Crystal Van. They work together as a pair, which means that you get double the attention, double the details. You're going to find that house or sell that house.
Hundreds and hundreds of houses that they've bought and sold. A lot with BDMs.
And we got a guy.
Yes. Duncan's on the line. How you doing, Duncan?
Doing great, guys.
So, Duncan.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, no problem.
Hopefully right about now, you're dunking in your new pool that you bought connected to your house from Bart Merrick.
Cannot wait. I cannot wait. Actually, it's been really good. Moved back to Orlando, and I'm just real happy back in the area. And
nice.
I was super lucky to have you guys recommend Bart and Crystal. Crystal is she's a very patient person, unlike myself.
What?
Yeah, she is. She really is.
Hold on.
She's
what?
a saint of a woman. The things that she puts up with, the things that she knows.
Crystal Van.
Yeah, the amount of patience she has.
Barking a new
no, you
partner
you leave her
that I didn't know about.
alone.
The patient Crystal. First time I heard of it. I'm just messing around. But so you bought a house, correct?
I did, yes, I did. I'm recently divorced. I got a pretty good settlement to leave, which was great, and then moved back to Orlando, which is my past home, and very lucky to have Crystal kind of look in the marketplace I've been. So I'm not too far from you, in the wonderful town of Castleberry.
All right,
and but it was great. I think we looked at 60 to 100 houses in a couple months, and. Wow. I pretty much had given up, and Crystal found a place for me, and it met everything that I needed, and actually was on the cheaper side of what I was looking to spend. So it was a great setup.
That's man.
That's pretty impressive. And especially in this market, it's hard to buy a house right now.
Yeah.
And
you got, I dare I say, you used expertise.
Yeah.
You used the right people. Throw a little luck on there, a little patience, man, and it's amazing what you can accomplish.
Yeah. So, Duncan, we appreciate using our sponsors. Thank you for using Bart and Crystal and the Bart Merrick team. Again, if anybody listening to this, just go to barttherealtor.com. It's right there, both their cell phones.
Thanks, Duncan.
Yep. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right,
no
man.
problem.
Take it easy.
Well, nice guy there.
Yeah, Duncan.
Patient Crystal.
You didn't like that part, did you?
Was
that weird
What
to you?
supposed to mean, Duncan? What are you trying to say?
Duncan them balls.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. Who was that?
That is Useless ID.
Oh, hell yeah.
You like those guys?
Oh, yeah. Dude.
We have been lucking out into so many really good punk bands
They're
that
from
will...
Israel.
They are.
They've been around since like the 90s.
Yeah, they're a very, very old and legendary band. And the name of the song, Tom, is Into the Exquisite.
I need to listen to more punk rock.
I will start giving it. I didn't put it in rotation today, but you know what? I got sent yesterday, and I sent it to our barber because I believe that this is like he likes Jawbox and Quicksand, and it's Quicksand. They got 2 new songs out.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to it, and it gave me chills because I'm like, oh my God, I'm back in college, freshman year. Here's Quicksand. It was the last time I sat down and listened to a Quicksand album. Couldn't tell you, but I did yesterday. It was really, really fun.
Let's do some news.
All right. It's Seth's news.
I hope it's not depressing for the last segment.
We'll definitely see.
Fun news?
99 MRIs trying to prove he's gonna die. The CT is kicking in with every new hit at the gym. He laid out Kimbo with an attack, but the Russian won't call him back. And we all forgot about that fight. Just more proof for long you're gonna die. It's Seth Petruzzelli with your douche bro news.
News today brought to you by SixFlagsMulch.com in Longwood. If you wanted to mulch rocks, anything like that, Six Flags Mulch in Longwood.
That would be a good shirt for them.
What?
Mulch rocks.
Yeah.
Hey.
And water features, koi fish.
No, that ruins the shirt.
Seth.
Yes.
First story.
Yes. Okay.
Not prepared.
Well, I'm prepared. I was going to tell you that I actually have I just filmed. I totally forgot to tell you guys this because Douche Bro reminded me of it. I just filmed the commercial last week where I play a douche bro in the gym.
You play one?
I play a douche bro. Yeah. It's called method acting.
Been working on it a while.
Seth it acting.
So, but I can't show you. I have it, and it's badass. It's really cool and funny, but I can't show you there. It's not finished yet. I'm not allowed to show it. I'll show it to you guys.
Is it for a product or for the gym?
It's for a product. It's for a new product that's going to release. They're playing it during the commercial breaks for all the Olympics locally.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Before we go into news, Seth, what have you been receiving and you've been posting online?
Yeah.
I just got Tracy just messaged me.
What'd you get?
She's like, "Can I open this?" I'm like, "Is that another Amazon package?"
It's
to me?
definitely for her.
And it says to Seth, and today I got a air. You know those stoppers that you put under they fit under doors and it stops stuff from coming in, or
like a draft,
a draft stopper. Yeah, that's what came today. Yesterday and the day before and the day before that, I got keys for keyboards, headbands, a beautiful wig.
The wig was, I think, one of our listeners sending it to Tracy.
And the earrings.
And then, put the wig on and diddle yourself on the OnlyFans.
They're all addressed to me. And then a random cooking utensils.
Yeah. Spank your ass with a spatula.
Yeah.
I sent that to her. Chef Dan.
Yeah, so that's you guys. That's great.
Shove these
Are
in.
you sure this is not from some sort of fan or listener
What
or
listener would
OnlyFans?
But for what? No, I asked her.
subscriber?
I'm like, what's on your Amazon wish list on OnlyFans? And
I put spatulas on there.
She showed me
wigs and headbands.
It's cold in here.
Yeah. And your house is so drafty because you're old and you're so cheap.
Got some chonga earrings.
That's why I said I looked at her wish list.
Turn the heat on. Oh my god, my feet are so cold.
There's a bunch of stupid cat shit that I deleted and put some better stuff on there.
Cat shit?
She has cats. And
So you're just
Well, that's her wish list.
I don't care.
She's showing her tits
The
and
cats
ass.
are
What
at
are you
my
doing?
the cats are at my house.
Oh, I hope you fill the whole house.
I hope they piss and shit everywhere.
Soon you're in there.
I hope I walk into your house and I'm like, oh my god, it smells like an ammonia farm in here.
I let that cat out the front door every chance I can get.
Oh my
You're
god.
mean.
It always comes back in. It always sits at the front and goes, meow. She's like, is the cat outside?
I like it when they want to get in and you have the door shut and they came back. It's loud. It's like they do it loud, and that's outside the glass.
Especially when it's raining out.
Seth is sitting in his office painting his train. There's trash everywhere. So you're getting these random Amazon packages.
Yeah.
You have no idea, and they're just random things.
Like literally, besides the wig, that's what gave me the hint. Like maybe this is a BDM that sent this, but everything else is just the most random, crazy, weird shit.
So keys for a keyboard?
Camera for the computer.
Yeah.
Well, that's Tracy. But it's like, Tracy, here's a camera.
But
put it in your
it's
vagina.
not on a wish list. No one messaged her saying they're sending this. Why wouldn't it be addressed to her? Why isn't it addressed to her?
You don't have to be an idiot to put the two and two together. It's a camera and a wig. Diddle yourself on the camera. Wearing the wig.
With random rubber. No, with random keys for keyboards.
Yeah, and a spatula so you can clean the litter box.
Hold on, isn't there like an old fable or something where they send you a bunch of things and then it's all pieces of something
It's
you
like
have to
a
put
horror movie.
No, you have to put together, and then it's but little at a time, and you put the sprocket, and then all of a sudden you get the machine.
Get Johnny Five.
Oh my god! And then you turn the crank, and then Nanny McPhee pops out, and then our adventures begin in Fairyland.
Are they all like somehow related in some way?
Do they sound related? Headband, a wig, spatula, webcam, hoop earrings,
all that
keyboard,
could be
rubber keyboards.
The hoop earrings, the camera, and the wig.
Oh, and a ring doorbell sensor.
Well, they know you're racist. I mean,
yeah. Only racists use ring doorbells.
Maybe it's like I don't know. That's bizarre.
Maybe they're gonna break into your house and just kind of giving you the advantage.
Yeah. So I got all nervous. I was like, and I checked my Amazon account, checked my bank account, make sure the money's not coming out.
You can't
like,
stop
I'm not paying
people
for it.
from sending stuff to your house, right?
No, but,
no. But why would they?
But then I looked that up, and then the company that makes the product hires another company to buy it and send it to random addresses so that they can create fake.
Maybe it's the ghost of Kimbo Slice.
Fake reviews for those products. But it still doesn't make sense to me.
But they didn't give you an instruction. Usually you opt into that. It's like, hey, I'll accept free stuff if you send it to me. There's a whole thing about that.
But if you're accepting it and not sending them back. No, I'm saying if he's accepting it and not sending it back, then they know they found an address that is
right,
useful.
Yeah.
So they'll just sit on your address and keep sending you stuff and doing the reviews.
Hold on. How many? You've got a lot of followers, right? Are they just randomly mailing you influencers?
Right.
Okay, that may be it.
What? No.
I don't know. I'm taking a guess. I have no idea.
My wife gets influencer stuff.
I don't have that many influencers.
Like, my wife will get, like, a free, like, she gets, like, good stuff. Like, I got this new a portable fan, and she's, like, using it, and then she'll be like, it's okay, and then they'll, of course, they'll never send her anything
I didn't
again
sign up
because she said it was
like
bad.
Yeah, but there are marketing companies that literally just find
They scrape the
influencers'
internet
addresses and then send them products, hoping because it's not. What does it cost the company?
These things
$15.
Besides the webcam, everything else was probably
the shipping. Yeah,
dude, that wig looked expensive.
Yeah,
wigs are expensive.
Yeah, but
she needs to use that wig too. I need to get her numbers up.
And she has the same type of hair as the wig.
That's what I said. I was like, it couldn't have been for her because it's almost the same.
It's
She has long dark hair.
It's not for her head.
It fits you better.
You gotta put it down there. You gotta put it down there,
and then part it in the middle.
No, it's furry. It's horseplay.
First story, Seth.
Oh, interesting. All right, customers may not always be right, but it doesn't hurt to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially after businesses struggle to recover from the pandemic. At the very least, you don't want to call your customers liars. That's a bad thing. Yet, that's basically what rental car giant Hertz is telling a member of its Gold Plus Rewards program after slapping him with a $400 charge for smoking in the car. You ever see those things? They always say no smoking in the.
I always smoke
car, right?
in my rental cars.
Yeah, I've seen the signs.
I mean, when I smoked, I used to. It'd say no smoking. I smoked in it. Nothing matters.
I didn't know that they would actually.
Actually do. I thought they just protocol. They put that sticker in there, and everyone does whatever the hell they want in those things. But Sean Dunnigan, he dropped the car off at Hertz Rental Car at Boston's Logan International Airport before flying back to Los Angeles.
It's a good Boston name. Sean Dunnigan. A few days later, the bill arrived via email, including the smoking fee. But here's the thing. He says he doesn't smoke, and he hasn't smoked in a long time. So this
they just
is
sent
breaking news, guys. I don't know.
He could have had a night. He could have had a night where he.
Breaking news, everybody! Sean Dunnigan charged with rental car smoking. The phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Dunnigan, do you believe him? Do you not?
I thought it was fucking interesting.
And we're gonna stay here. This is Dan Dennis Prover's gonna stay here fucking live until we get to the bottom of this.
You know what?
I'm not leaving you. The truth is out there. Q sent me. Sean Dunnigan did not smoke. Call it now, 1-844-TOM and Dan.
The Toad.
Where do you? Where do you even find this?
Hey guys, a pregnant woman looked.
Hold on, don't
I'm just changing the subject. I thought it was interesting because you always rent the car.
You can't bail on Dunnigan.
And I always see the no smoking. I always see the no smoking signs, and I was gonna ask like how many people actually follow the rules in these stupid fucking rental cars.
I never do. I smoke.
Exactly. That's why I thought it was an interesting conversation to start talking about. Well, obviously not. Maybe I'm slipping.
I'm fucking with you.
A rent-a-car agency one time charged me like $150 for running tolls.
Yeah.
And
I run tolls in them all the time.
Yeah.
I never get charged though.
I got charged, and they charged my credit card, and I just,
did too, yeah.
but I just like disputed it. And I told my credit card, I was like, "That's not me," and nothing ever happened. Like they took it off, and then
I dispute everything I put on my credit card. I've never been charged by my credit card company. I dispute everything, but I fucking have everything. I got fish tanks, guitars, all kinds of shit. I got shit I don't even. I buy so much stuff I don't even.
You just start sending it to Seth.
Well, no, some of it I don't even open. I have like packages that I'll open. I'm like, oh my, I ordered this in March.
All right, let's dig deep into Dunnigan. Let's see what.
Next, can I go?
Yes.
We'll go fast on that one. A pregnant woman took a prescribed opioid for her chronic pain. Now she's being charged with a felony. Kim Blackhawk
Black Ops.
Who says she has chronic back pain.
It's the news you don't want. Incorrect. It's Seth News.
Battled excruciating aches during her most recent pregnancy, so she turned to painkillers prescribed by her doctor, hoping for relief.
Yes.
But instead, the 36-year-old mother of 6 has endured a distressing ordeal. Yeah. Her baby tested positive for the opioid, which precipitated an investigation that led to an Alabama prosecutor to charge Blackhawk with prescription fraud in a case her attorney says is an unprecedented violation.
It's not her kid's on the oxy. It's not her.
Well, yeah.
You threw him off.
Yeah, you fucking made me skip the fucking line.
Set that home this morning. Like, all right, I wish I gotta do news today.
You know what it is? It was. I did this
again. And
Did you do this while you're watching?
No.
I was gonna say your daughter's OnlyFans.
And then I got next up, Pain Pill Baby. What is
I did this news because I thought it would prompt us to talk about is it right for mothers to take drugs when they're pregnant like
Where
that?
do you stand on Dunnigan's Pain Pill Baby?
No, he probably has some
I like rent-a-cars. I like Pain Pill Baby.
He probably has some like super racist news in there, but he's embarrassed because I'm sitting right here.
Well, the baby was...
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Dunnigan, the pain pill baby. Where, give me some pills.
The father's Hispanic, yes. So that's why.
God damn it.
You invite him here, Tom.
I know.
Oh, wait.
Next story.
It's all right.
All right, this one's interesting, actually. This one was good, I think.
Okay, all right. This is where we're
you know why? Because I did it last week and I was supposed to be on, and I kind of forgot what I did, and...
All right.
Usually
a lot of excuses today. Something tells me you're not getting your hundo.
Seth, I saw you frantically looking at your phone for like an hour before
and then you ran out of here.
I was talking to Tracy about the stuff I got, and I had to pee really bad.
All right.
All right, married couple is just awarded the Guinness record for a height difference. This is cool. I thought of you. This was
I thought of you. Not loving.
Congratulations, then.
A British man, but tell me if this is a huge difference. Okay. A British man and his wife, who is nearly 2 feet taller than him, were awarded a Guinness World Record for greatest height differential of a married couple. 2 feet?
2 feet.
No, I don't believe that.
James and Chloe Lusted, who married in 2016, were just awarded the Guinness World Record.
What are their heights?
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Their heights were verified. At 3.
He's having a rough day, guys.
Your height is verified. Oh, man. Oh, with a couple of wigs rattle your face.
But listen to these height. This height. Their height. The guy was 3 feet 7 inches.
Okay.
And 5 feet.
There it is.
This is all some roundabout way to bully Daniel.
There it is.
3 feet 7 inches for James and 5 feet 5 inches for Chloe. A difference of 1 foot 10 inches. And that was a Guinness record, I swear to God.
I think, but
that's
maybe for male and female, because for
Wait a
sure,
minute, what would
Shaq
you and
and
I
his
be?
wife were way different.
I'm 5'10". I'm not even a foot taller than you.
Okay, yeah. I'm
See,
5'2".
you think it's a big difference, but
This has
it's
to
not.
be
No, but
for
like
male
people
and female.
What do you mean?
Yeah, little guy.
The male is smaller than the female, because
What about Vern Troyer? Wasn't he married to a Tolly?
I don't think he was married. I don't think
No?
he got married.
I think he just got drunk and fucked.
But that picture of him holding that Subway sandwich, goddamn, that's great.
Literally, Shaq's ex-wife was, way smaller.
Yeah, she was like 5'6".
I mean, just about any NBA player has a wife that's at least 3 feet
Right.
short.
But Shaq's had like a
He must be
abnormally short
really-
wife.
Follow me with this. Not to have like some sort of Laputan complex, if that's like what you would call it. But it's got to be fun to be like Shaq and lay in the bed and have a very small woman crawl over your body.
Shaq is 7'1". His ex-wife is 5'7".
You see what I'm saying? I bet you that's. Oh, I bet it feels so much better because
more
it
than 1 foot
barely
10
has an impact on your body.
Like 2.5 feet difference.
Because you're so big that you can barely feel. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be amazing.
Did my new ball have a wife?
Whereas me, on the other hand, when I lay down and my wife gets on top of me, it's literally like she's just sitting like an elephant sitting on a thumbtack.
So now,
So then why doesn't everyone else go for the Guinness Book? Just nobody, unless you try to go for the Guinness record, nobody gives a shit. Is that the thing?
you would think there would be a lot
There
of
are people currently living
male
records and they don't care.
Well, yeah, Ghost of Manu Bowles. I was going to say Ghost of Manu Bowles' wife was 5'6". How tall was he?
He was like 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 7.
So this has to be male. The male is smaller.
He was 7'7".
But like even our buddy Mini Drunky Alan, he has a
regular
What
sized
about Brad
wife.
Williams?
Yeah.
His wife is
Brad Williams.
regular.
Yeah. I bet you there's a lot of little people, men, that have average sized wives that got to be close. Like, and they've never, maybe no one's ever submitted for it. I don't know. Weird.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't because like it's not something you're normally gonna be proud of. You know, it's like, look at me, I'm little and my wife is so big. Ha ha! Give me a prize. Like, no, normally people don't do that. Normally people go, ew.
Now,
that's so weird. How do you even live like that? When your child is bigger than you, you know, that kind of thing.
When it's the other way around, then it creates a potential problem, right? Just from anatomy speaking.
Oh, you mean ding dong too big?
yeah, but that's a joke with Shaq.
Yeah.
They, you know, every picture I've seen it on Facebook. It's him and his ex-wife standing, and then there's a cartoon train.
Vern Troyer was married, by the way.
crashing into a miniature
and it's
tunnel.
peeling the bricks aside. Yeah,
and
then literally it's like morphing the labia into unrecognizable.
And that's where
Vern Troyer was 2'8" and his ex-wife was 5'6".
Yeah, he's the guy from.
He wins.
We should petition and put this on. We should go.
Yeah.
Seth, I'm just curious of where you get these
say,
three
how
stories.
dare you?
FakeNews.com.
This was. I'll tell you 1 second.
As soon as I'm done playing the bubble bobble.
So
United International News.
all those in favor of changing the news segment's name to national. What is it called?
United International.
They should be called. Here's Tom and Dan's United.
I don't want to do like boring. Well, what I do is I Google.
I don't want to be boring.
I Google.
Your first story was the most boring shit I've ever.
Okay, well, no, not
Jim
boring.
Dunnigan
I
doesn't
like
get a
weird-
refund.
Did you hear that? Jim Dunnigan? They fucking nailed him to the wall with his rental car. He rented a Ford Explorer and they nailed him to the wall.
I'm serious. Your three stories you brought to the show today were Jim Dunnigan doesn't get a refund
For smoking rental car.
But he didn't smoke in the car.
It's my favorite story.
I also don't believe Dunnigan. I think he smoked in that fucking
He's
car.
a fucking Boston knucklehead.
He got drunk in Boston.
Yeah, I fucking smoked it. I don't give a fuck. Hey,
Anything goes.
Yeah.
Then Pain Pill Baby, then a story about a Guinness Book World Record that is obviously we literally in 5 seconds debunked it.
You know what? You get what you pay for.
You're paying for international. What is it?
United International News.
You pay for a subscription.
No, he
I just
you
I
pay for
Googled
his
weird
shitty
news.
news. So because you only pay him $100, you get shitty news.
It's the UIN, baby.
Here, this one's from.
Hold on.
This one's from the Jerusalem Post.
Wait, was it? I'm pretty sure that Jesus was crucified on the Jerusalem Post.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was.
This is a big newspaper in the Middle East.
I get a million stories sent to my phone on my goddamn iPhone, just in the news section. It's just story after story that literally changes every second.
I know for a fact that Ross gets all his news from NPR.
Yeah,
and that's a reputable source.
Well, I listen.
it's all boring
everything
shit.
Ross will hit. I've listened to that morning. I'm like, well done.
Yeah, well, you can't make fun of him, can you?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
It's just,
And he doesn't get paid.
Yeah.
it's an actual story.
Yeah. All right,
know.
next story.
This is an actual story.
All
You'll
right.
like this one because it's science, dude. All right, a new type of early human, previously not known to scientists, has been discovered in Israel. Hence the Jerusalem Post. That's why they're reporting it. This past Thursday, which would have been 2 Thursdays ago, as their extraordinary findings appeared in the prestigious academic journal of science. Researchers believe the new Homo species intermarried with Homo.
That's why I did this.
That's why I got it. Just
I didn't laugh.
It's a car.
I didn't laugh. You guys did that. I kept going,
baby.
pause.
It's homeopathy.
because it's under quotes. It says quote homo, and I yet use pause on a quote.
Quote homo.
You pause on a quotation.
No, you don't.
Is it pro bono or pro homo?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
You have a different inflection when you're speaking.
You can
to them when
literally say
you're-
quote homo, and that's it. You don't have to pause.
Okay,
on it.
well, if I would have
Quote
said
homo,
quote
no
homo,
homo.
you guys
No
would have said,
homo,
"Oh, why did you say quote for the homo?"
Homo.
Governor Cuomo, no homo, Cuomo.
Anyway, this homo species had sex with the other homo species, and it's an ancestor of Neanderthal.
Travis is laughing at Neanderthal.
Travis is laughing harder than he's ever laughed.
He's literally crying.
God damn it! Tracy just messaged me. Your news sucks today, love.
She knows.
She should have told me.
Tracy. All right, I petition next time.
She does
Seth has news. Tracy does news.
I was sick when I did these too. I was
we
like,
call it Tracy's only news.
Yeah.
Only news.
Love it.
Only news. Wednesday does news. News.
Wednesday collects the news.
Yeah,
you can keep going. They found the homo.
That's it. They found the homo. It's a new species. Great job.
No homo.
Okay.
Nothing else to talk about.
So that's it.
So is she going to take pictures with the grift truck or what?
Oh yeah,
I need to know because
we got a lot to get to towards the end here. It's a good thing news.
Well, it's way too hard
Piddled out
to get Tracy and the grift truck in the same place. So we just have to do the Tracy photos and a separate. Like Seth's got to take the bikini photos, and then we got to Photoshop them on photos of the truck.
Why would you do that? Why can't we just do it on the truck?
Well, it's got no tag, so then I have to get it either.
I told you. Okay.
Well,
I'll follow behind you. But my tag's expired too, so it's perfect.
You both go to jail?
Nothing will attract attention like the goddamn mediocre dog.
Two of the douchiest cars. It's the two douchiest cars in Orlando following each other.
An old broke down
no tax
Ford pickup truck with our phone number pimps on the side, all the shit with a tampon car falling behind, one with no tag, one expired tag.
It'll work.
What could go wrong?
I could always drive her here to do.
Well, then we take
Photoshop.
We're doing a Publix parking lot. We'll have Jordan out there. He's handing us party subs.
I think that's the best plan.
I think it's going to look ridiculous.
His back boys are out there with big old boaters and their dockers. What the fuck is wrong with you people? When I'm the voice of reason and I'm the least crazy member of the show, there's major problems for this brand.
I mean, there's no way to get the goddamn truck without towing it or have
just drive it. Just have Butler drive it. If he gets arrested, that's just collateral damage.
Yeah, it'll be funny to talk about.
I can drive it and have someone follow me.
I'll do it. I'll drive it, and you can follow me.
Okay.
Because I've never driven, and I'd like to.
Buddy.
I know. I want the adventure. I'll bring a helmet.
It's not like the cop that's seen the car and be like, I wish I saw that car's license plate, but I can't because someone's following 2 inches from behind.
I'm going to tell him.
I can't do
I'll
nothing.
just say we just sold it.
I'm going to tell him. I'm going to say, look, I'm getting this to my buddy so he can work on it, and I'm not high, dude.
We could put my expired tag on that, so at least it looks like there's a tag on it, even though it is expired.
Yeah.
So you follow me with the truck expired tag. You no tag.
All right, I'm following a car that looks like a clown car, followed by a car that looks like a Klan member got a bloody nose.
We take all for pictures, bikini pictures that we put on the site and get $400.
You know what? Hot tub and mini fridge would do it.
She said,
I know.
Tracy just said she can come next show and do it on the truck here.
Okay, and we're just going to get the truck here.
Also, I could just go to where the truck is located.
All right, she's trying to come to my house.
No, it's at
my
Samantha's
house.
house.
Oh, yeah, I want to go to that.
Whoa, she's allowed. I don't know about you.
Do you leave like near like an empty
Tony,
area? Like an empty woods or something?
Oh, there is a cul-de-sac with just
Why do
woods
you need to be
behind
empty?
it.
She's not going to be naked, is she? She's going to be in bikini. Baby bikini shoots everyone for
No, she's going to be naked, spread eagle in the hood, right?
And we need to drive to the woods, like Tony says.
No, anytime you drive to the woods, somebody gets shot in the body burn. I never go in the woods anymore.
And now she said she'll do the news, too.
I need to play another one of these. Yeah, you're doing the news. Here we go.
Real rock and roll is back in Orlando. It's Hot Tub and Mini Fridge. Mornings on Z159.
There we go.
You're right. A hot tub and mini fridge would do that, and we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. Sometimes I got to remind you of our roots. I got to keep those like stingers. I got to shoot one at you and get you back on board.
So we'll get that up and that up for bid. And I'm going to add the Tom Van boat trip, which is from Oasis Marina Party.
Yes. Did you see Super Dave's out of retirement?
I saw that. yeah. I'm
Did you
trying
see
to
that?
get Super Dave there.
He will be performing and hosting at the West End Trading Company. Who's going with me is all I got to say.
What's the date? I might be able to.
Yeah, that would be fun because he's a good dude. Fun dude to party with. He doesn't drink anymore, which not quite as fun, but he's still really.
Does he not?
No, he's been
I did
sober
not know
for.
that.
Honestly, he's been sober. I want to say like 3 years now.
Sober
Yeah,
Dave.
he had a problem with
Yeah,
Jaeger,
sober Dave.
and he walked away from it. And
With
kudos
Jaeger-
to him.
Jaeger, you said?
Jaeger, yeah, he loved it. He loved it.
So we did discover
Interesting.
a new non-lie of Travis's that Uncle Dijon is real, and we heard him
He
today.
called. Travis, get in here, dude.
Yeah. So Travis was like, "Oh, my Uncle Dijon is calling me," and then he put him on speakerphone, and I'm not joking. It sounded like a caricature.
I missed it. Damn it.
It didn't even sound real. He's like, I missed your call. Sorry, I missed your call. I must have passed out in the garden. He said that. And he's like, you're wrong.
It sounds like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins.
He's awesome.
Like over the top Cockney.
This guy's awesome. This guy's awesome.
it.
And he's legit.
Let's call him on the
And you love
show.
the fact that we call him Uncle Dijon.
Yeah, well, then he
Yeah.
started saying he put a Tom and Dan sticker
on his
up
dartboard.
on a dartboard
Yeah.
in his bar, and we were like, "Holy shit, Uncle
He's like,
Dijon's
"They're
real!"
Yeah, he's like, they're properly represented, you know.
Oh, we got to go visit.
This guy's awesome.
He hands out your stickers to anybody who comes by. His phone.
Oh, I love it.
Confused about what the fuck that is. Where is it
Well,
now?
no,
Let's send him more
Dude, come
stuff.
see
No,
France.
you know what
It's
he's doing? All he's doing is pumping up the two British guys that are Tom and Dan that are the Minecraft guys.
Yeah.
And they're big in England. They're huge. They have like, I think
Oh,
they're
my
like-
son's watching.
Oh, they're like 2 million followers on YouTube. So all he's doing, they're like, oh, Tom and Dan, I know they are. Yeah.
By the way, how do those guys make
A diamond drill. Will you stop with the goddamn diamond drill?
No, not that. I learned it's mods, a whole thing. Nerds told me. But Crystal, my boys are watching this guy, Preston, is like a kid. And I say kid, he's like 27, but he's like a teen, old teen or whatever.
27 is almost 30. That's not an old teen.
Yeah, but he looks like an old teen.
I mean,
You look like an old teen.
27 years old, you could have a divorce and then have a son that lives with that woman.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I thought
getting married at
he looked
27.
16
I
in
was
the
married
videos.
twice, like
Poor
27.
duty.
And Crystal's like, this guy's worth 20. He made $20 million last year. It's like 20 million. And then I know that he has like X amount of subscribers and shit. But I'm like, what else is he doing? Is he just making that from YouTube ads? Like YouTube is just like sending him ad revenue in the mail and just collecting that in like his shirts and shit. Is that it? Just 20 million?
I don't know.
He's not doing any other like business shit
He
beyond that.
probably has sponsors.
You know what's
stuff.
interesting to me? And
I listen to it. He never says like next like this is
he wearing
AutoZone
is he wearing like a shirt like that says something like or a hat or
Right.
some
He
stupid thing like that?
peddles his shit is like
his
he's like a
shit.
sale 20% off our Preston gamer T-shirt or whatever. But that's it.
Do they have ads run during his?
No.
Okay.
You know what's weird?
At the
is
beginning maybe.
Well, that
Probably
counts.
OnlyFans.
Well, like, no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm like, 20 million was a surprising number for this person that I'd never, like, all the other ones that I've heard and then we talked about, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. It's like, that's how they made it. But this, like, no name, or at least no name to me.
Yeah.
Minecraft player, 20 million a year.
There's a lot of
wow.
no name to us. Like I've been kind of watching more of like Jake Paul and Logan Paul only because they've been in the news the past couple of weeks. And some of the people that they'll get on there, it'll be a name, and it's almost like a test you'll do where they'll say the person's name, and I'll be like, I have no idea who that is. And then you Google them or you look them up, and then on their Instagram they have like 7.8 million. Like it's much.
Jeez.
It's more than like a big name star. And what I mean by that is like this particular influencer has like, let's say 8 million followers, and then you look at somebody like Justin Timberlake, who you would assume is famous, right? And they have like 2 million followers. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Because they interact with their fans.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they go and they collaborate, and they're part of the community. They're part of social. So their business really is, their talent really is social.
Yeah,
niece and nephew
connecting,
are in high
interacting.
school. And they're huge with the influencers. Like that's all. They don't know about like
They don't care
movie
about, like,
stars. They don't care
typical
about that.
celebrities, yeah.
Exactly. It's all about the influencers now.
And they all wear Crocs, Tom.
So,
And
but
they all look
I know. But my question is, because I understand a little bit about making money off of a entertainment that you put on the internet, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do, and that's our business. But we all fucking work hard as shit, grind for every sponsor, like a
Yeah, but maybe the way we're making our money is like kind of old school. You know, like Christine's even saying the guys from Good Mythical Morning, Link and Rhett. I think that's their names, right? Yeah. I think that's who she's talking about. Christine says the channel has over 17 million subscribers as of 2021.
I guess just the sheer number.
Yeah, 4,000 subs daily, has amassed over 7.5 billion views so far. In a day, the videos in the channel cumulatively get an average of 1.7 million views. This should result in an estimated revenue of around 13.5 a day. So 13 grand, 14
$5 million a year.
And they're both worth close to 25 million apiece. The numbers don't make sense to me. I've seen what they do, and I'm not a hater. I like them both, and I think they're super funny and cute, and I think they run an element of clean that I wish I could do. I can't.
A marketing agency
it's not me, but they're good. Those guys, out of all the influencers, those are two guys I can totally look at, get on board, and say, super talented, because they're both they're those guys that they can play instruments, they can write things, they can do. Remember that show they had where they'd go out and do the crazy commercials for people and make them go viral? Yeah, that was them. Yeah, I'm fans of those guys. I like those guys.
So they got a marketing agency that's running their ad side.
I think they are that. I think they've created that. I think they just made their own team of humans.
Almost like Obsessed Garage, they have like that whole team of.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, they're a media company now, she says. Yeah, why wouldn't they be? They know it better than most people do. I think where we came from, where it hurts and helps is, if you like radio, if you like podcasting, then I think we're going to be really good for you. We'll be a good fit. And you'll listen to us and you'll be like, oh, these guys actually know what they're doing.
But most of these influencers are either video, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
They came from a different area.
It's not just audio only kind of thing.
Sure.
That's why we're dipping our toe in the TikTok.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, did we do one today? We need to do one today. Yeah, we'll do. Maybe do your recipe or something.
We'll figure it out.
We'll do something.
I was watching because my sons watch it, and I'm looking at it, I'm hearing them talk and whatever, and it's like they don't go to commercial break. He's not reading ads. He's not like endorsing products or whatever. It's like just the ad that plays at the beginning for some video game or whatever that you can hit skip on.
But he might also have like his other social media, whether it be Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, he might be plugging things or running ads. Click this link, blah blah blah, bullshit. Gotcha. All that adds into it. And a lot of these people also have like Patreons or just straight up you can donate on their website and just like people like will tip us out on Twitch. Like you can do all that kind of shit.
True.
And all comes together for 20 million.
Yeah. We're doing it wrong.
Well, we don't have that number. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. We got to get to those numbers. How do we get to them?
There's this guy. Like it's this whole. this
Maybe if we had Tracy do the news.
This whole big
closer. It would help. I mean, if anything, I'm going to be
because we're
happier.
all old as fuck, and
because I'll do this. I'll go.
Way back.
She'll do the Basic Instinct for you.
Oh my God! Why would you say that?
I don't know. I just wanted to.
I saw the shower.
I saw the shower. Oh, saw the shower.
And my penis turned into a tower.
She doesn't show that though.
And you saying that like a drunk.
It got so awkward when Tom showed me the shower scene. I was like, I gotta
like a drunk mom. She's like, I saw the shower. I was trying my penis turned into a tower.
I was trying to think of something that rhymed. That would go with it. But
you did great. It was awkward when you're like, I want you to see them.
I thought to myself, I shouldn't be doing this as I'm doing it. And I'm like,
I kind of got off
of it. Though, right?
I kind of got, okay, the only way I can come now is if Tom is showing porno to a coworker against their will. The only way I can achieve an erection. I'm like, oh, they're good. Oh, I'll keep showing it to her. Yeah. I'm almost there. All right.
I'm like, I don't feel right
but I pushed the button. I locked the door. I'm like, go in your plan.
Next story. Are we?
No, we're done. We're getting the hell out of here.
No, are we getting out? Are we gonna talk about her?
Oh yeah.
Butler, switch positions. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with that? All right. This is our friend Angela. She's gonna come and talk to us for a second.
Move too?
No. You're good.
Okay. As long as she's comfortable with me.
Yeah, you're great. So she's a friend of the show, and you listen to the show a lot, right? Every day, she says, and we get her headphones and a mic. Don't be nervous. You're good.
So, So Angela, you sent Daniel an email, which originally I was mad at you for sending an email to Daniel because I was like, oh great, he's just going
to ramp him up.
It's going to spark his anxiety.
Spin out of control.
Yeah, because your story is the exact opposite of what I scream at Daniel and Seth at all times, which is you don't have a brain tumor, you don't have cancer.
Right? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
I think this would probably be cathartic, if anything. Okay, she's going to tell a story for me and you.
So, Angela, before this, you were a self-described hypochondriac?
Oh, yeah. In the ER all the time since I was 5. That one time Seth was on and talked about he thought he had lymphoma and all that. I was literally waiting for an ultrasound of my neck because I thought...
When you were listening to the show.
When I was listening to my show, and I kept looking at my husband like... This is really like everything he's describing. I'm literally I had like an ultrasound the next day of my neck because I had convinced my doctor or myself that I had lymphoma and I was dying.
Have you ever had MS? I have.
Yeah. Oh, I've had that. I had a.
No, you thought you had. That's a difference.
We're not diagnosed.
It's in our brains. Have you ever had? Have you ever had Lou Gehrig's disease?
No, but my dad.
I have.
My dad did.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
I had a spider bite on the side of my boob at the start of COVID, and I convinced my doctor I was dying of breast cancer.
Well, it certainly was breast cancer. Yeah, I'm with you.
And it was a simple spider titty.
Forgot to tell them that I found a spider in my loofah. So, yeah, I had a mammogram, ultrasound, everything. Because I was like in the fetal position on the floor telling my husband, this is it. This is how I die.
Okay. So I've heard the stories with Daniel.
So you're just like me and Seth.
100%.
Okay. And so
and there are a lot of listeners. Now, this is going to... I was worried about scaring a lot of people.
Give a complex.
But
you have no problem letting Seth say all this shit.
Well, I want to bully Seth.
Yeah.
Anyway, so did your husband say, like, come on, you don't have like
all the time? My husband's the type of person that nothing bad will ever happen. And so every single time I'm like, I think it's a tumor, or even with my kids, like, what if it's this or what if it's that? He's like, it's not. Like every time he's like, he's at a point where he's dumb.
I call that the Andrea.
He doesn't even answer me most of the time, and I go, you're just going to ignore what I said.
I'll do this. I'll be like, did you hear me?
I do that all the time.
I'll go, hello?
Are you just not going to respond to that?
That's called...
Yeah. I do that
that's
too.
What I say.
100%.
You give him the Arnold, which is, it's not a tumor. So, what happened next?
I was having some issues with... Sorry, I can't put my headphones on.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to take them off? You don't need them.
Is that okay?
Yeah. You don't need them. You've been through a lot. You don't need headphones.
So I was having issues where I woke up one morning and I couldn't hear out of one ear. And I was like...
Oh, you don't need headphones.
Oh, no. This isn't good. And I'm like, this is bad. This is, stressing out. But I had just tried a new mouth guard because I was grinding my teeth at night.
Okay.
From stress and anxiety.
Sure, a lot of people are doing that. That's a thing now. That's a thing now.
My dentist wanted to give me a $600 one, and I was like, nope, Target, $20. It's fine.
It's the same.
And it made it 100 times worse because then I had something to actually chew on and grind my teeth. So I kept telling myself that's what it is. Like, something's wrong. And then I went to the doctor and they're like, your ears are perfect. Everything's perfect. And I'm like, no, it's a tumor. Like, I know it's a tumor. And they're like, it's not you've rushed here for a spider bite. It's not a tumor. And then I took a day off from work and I went to leave to go to the gym and everything was spinning. And I came home and I was like, you got to take me to the hospital.
That would be the laugh.
I'm
laughing at Seth, not your story.
Because I'm getting, by the way, my hands are getting clammy, goddammit. I'm laughing at it's not a joke.
Yeah, I'm laughing at it's not a tumor.
Yeah. So I came home and I was like telling my husband, and he's like, you don't need to go to the ER. We've been through this.
The spider bite.
Yeah.
Let's boob cancer.
Let's increase your anxiety meds. Let's take a Xanax. Call it a day. And I'm like, no, you have to bring me. And he's like, fine, I'll bring you. So we go to the ER, and they're like, this is all from TMJ. This is all that it is. But we'll do a CT scan just to make sure. And I'm like, yeah, I've been through this before. So I go to the CT scan, and I was like, look, I've got 3 friends that have brain tumors, and I'm really afraid right now that I've got one. So you're going to have to, you're trying to be friends with the tech.
Yeah, you got to kiss their ass.
You got to be fun.
Like you're being nice to your waiter.
Well, here's the thing, and I will agree with them on this. It's like most of the time they just try to rush you the fuck out.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You let them know how.
You're not really afraid of anything.
Yeah.
So you don't know that feeling of like, well, maybe, and tell me if I'm ticking the boxes to both of you guys. Maybe if I'm like extra personable to this person, they'll tell
Go
me
the extra mile.
they'll tell me it's clean before I get out of here.
They'll do two things. They'll go the extra mile and really be careful because they know I'm scared, and they'll give a hint to whether or not I'm done.
Like maybe
because they're not
wink
allowed to
me. Yeah, they're not allowed. So maybe they will give me the peace of mind, so I don't have to wait until Monday.
And they've done it before to me. They've winked at me and said, "Don't worry."
I've had kids before do the same thing to me.
Just try to relax. Just try to relax. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm okay.
I look for that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just that something in the eye.
And if they look at it like, oh,
If they don't say anything?
Yeah, if they don't say anything. I've worked myself up before when they're not receptive to
Right.
me being personable.
Right.
Like why?
Because, I mean, I do this for a living. I talk to people. Normally, people engage with me. It's very rare for people not to, unless you're either a dickhead or you saw my cancer.
Yeah.
So I get done with the CT scan, and the guy didn't even come out from the room. And I'm like,
oh, that's a real bad.
Oh, my God.
And
I
then-
have diarrhea.
That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay. He had
somebody
a problem.
else came and wheeled me, in a wheelchair because I was dizzy back to
Yeah.
the room. And as they wheel me, I'm like looking at in the room, to see if I can see the screen.
Yeah.
And I get back to the room, and my husband's like, "How'd it go?" And I'm like, "I saw a tumor on the screen." And he's like, "You didn't see a tumor on the screen." And I'm like, "I swear I saw it." And he's like, "You didn't see it." So then a couple.
He's screaming, it's not a tumor.
Yeah, you don't have a brain tumor, which he's told me 100 times. So I had to send him to go get the kids because someone had to pick them up.
Sure.
And the doctor pops his head in and he goes, "It's just going to be a few more minutes. We just have to get the report from radiology."
It's got to be a few more minutes.
And I go, "Okay."
Dr. Neat.
And he shuts the door behind him and he goes, "There's something there." And I was like,
"Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry, what?" And he's like,
"Why would he say that?"
And he goes, "I can't tell you anything more." And I was like, "Did you just come in here and tell me there's something?"
Oh my God,
on
that
my
happens
brain?"
in any Indiana Jones movie with them. He's like, "Do not trust your driver. I cannot tell you more. I must go." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it happens like an Indiana Jones movie or something.
And then he's like, "I can't tell you anything more. I'm getting radiology to confirm, but there's something on your brain." And I start hyperventilating because as a hypochondriac, you always think it. But when they really say it, you're like,
then it hits you like,
holy fuck, yeah. So he goes,
So did it actually make? Because I've always wondered if Seth or Daniel actually get a tumor.
I've got one
I always
right
thought
now,
and imagined that they'd be happy they found it. It's like you were justified.
I was right.
When they told me about my little thing on my thyroid that they found that had the biopsy, I fell on the floor shaking, crying. And Tracy's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, they flew. And I had to call my mom and dad, who I haven't talked to about anything personal in fucking 30 years. My dad's like, "You can be a man." God damn it.
Your dad yelled,
"Get off the floor! They're goddamn mad! Put a tampon in your pussy!"
So I know exactly what I would do. I'd fucking cower like a baby.
in that moment when you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I have a friend who's in a bad, a worse situation than I'm in. So
sure.
I know I've Googled every sort of possible outcome at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
And I call my husband and I'm like, "Do you have the kids? You have to get back. There's something there." And he's like, "No, there's not." And I was like, No, there's something there.
Yeah, but he has.
He won't believe.
Yeah,
He's like, "No." So-
of course not. Andrea doesn't believe a fucking word I
No.
say. But I'm a habitual liar. Like, they say compulsive, but I like habitual.
It's a cry wolf scenario.
If you told someone a million times you got a tumor and then they go and it's
do you
never a
honestly
tumor.
believe if I tell Andrea I have an ache or pain, do you guys think she gives a fuck?
No.
No.
I have to tell her at least 5 times before it registers.
And then chances are it's not because it's statistically rare for
Right.
anybody to have something like that.
So I called my mom like you did, and I'm like, "Mom, I'm dying," going.
Yeah, that's what you say.
Yeah, and she stayed on the phone with me until the doctor came in, and he said, "You have a brain tumor," and he said, "But they believe it's a meningioma, which is a benign brain tumor." And I have a friend that has that, so I knew immediately when they said the name what it was.
Yeah.
And he
Because if you're like us, and sorry not to put words in your mouth, but when people say things like this, and you know it's something that you have, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Earlier this week on ACT, we had Kristrima call in.
Yeah, someone just mentioned that in the chat.
Kristrima had some issues with her liver. She said maybe she's drinking a little too much during COVID, or could be something else. I would lend to think maybe it was an anomaly or something else, because there are a lot of things that your liver does. It's super important, but it can repair itself, and it's really hardy. But remember, like it's like when you go in there and you get these tests, you know a lot about these things. So when you do hear it, it almost like it piques your curiosity and sucks you in. It's almost like and I know Seth is this way, and I'm assuming you're this way as well. It's almost like because of our hypochondria, we have stored a lot of
so much
medical knowledge.
We know a lot of these things. Like when I started spitting ALT and AST and bilirubin and all these, I'm shouting levels to her. She's like, "Wow, dude," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm this guy. Yeah. I don't want to be this guy. You don't want to be this girl.
You know when someone yells, "Is there a doctor on the plane?" If there's no doctor, someone should follow up with, "Is there a hypochondriac?"
That's good stand-up and actual good thoughts.
That's the next level. The person that would know the most about
at least the common sense of like what has been like listed by medical doctors in general.
Yeah. You know what every lightheadedness is.
Like I know more about.
I don't know shit,
you guys both. I know Seth does. If you looked at your blood test more than your average bear, you'd know way more.
See, it's funny. Because literally, my mentality exactly is the opposite. Because I've had the bloody boo boo like my nose or whatever. I'm like, my head, and then like, that's lumpy, and then I'll be like, well, I'm not looking that up. I'm gonna just go home.
I wish I had that.
Because my mentality, it's kind of like the old man that never goes to the doctor because he doesn't want any of them to find something bad. Like that's my mentality of like I don't want to look it up. I don't want to know. I just go on and ignore it.
So what happened?
So they said you have to follow up with an MRI, and I had that done, and then went to a neurosurgeon, and they said, yeah, it's for the type of tumor. If you want a brain tumor, this is the best one to have, and if you want it,
nobody wants one, but
if you want cancer, it's the best cancer to have.
And if it's
thyroid, my thyroid,
and to have this tumor, it's in the best place, and so because of my age, and I'm healthy, they said.
Let's go.
Take it out.
Take it out.
Did they say like it was just a crazy anomaly that you had a genetic anomaly?
What are the odds against?
It's common in women because they believe pregnancy hormones can cause it, and I've had 2 kids. But
I'm good, no kids.
It's typically in older women, and so they said
you're pretty young,
being 37, that it would only continue to get bigger. And then get
I wish I went for penises.
But that was the cause.
No, it wasn't.
It's only bad things.
It was. They call it an incidental finding. The TMJ is what caused everything else.
Wow.
So I had nothing that I had was related to the tumor. I've had
crazy. And
nothing.
That's why.
But no TMJ, you'd have never found it.
No, I do it right. Correct. No target mouth guard would have never found it.
That's what I'm saying. Like so you got to be before you. I'm just saying. I mean,
but don't justify hypochondria.
I'm not justifying it, but I'm saying that obviously being in tune with aches and pains and getting checkups.
Yeah,
is
just
good
pay
stuff.
attention to your body.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Paying attention is good stuff. I mean,
but if you did a full body scan every year, I mean that's that's the best chance of
full
to find.
Body scan.
Well, I'm just saying that's what hypochondriacs do.
What my mom did. No, my mom did. She got to an age where with her rheumatoid arthritis and stuff. But she had her insurance and they covered it. So every year my mom would just, until obviously what happened to her was...
I actually feel super relieved because now I'm allowed to get an MRI every year.
Yeah!
Because they want it monitored, and so now I have to monitor every year.
How is it affected? So now you're on the other side.
I'm 15 days out from a craniotomy.
Congratulations. 15 days out.
Yesterday was 2 weeks.
We didn't lose a lister, and more importantly, we didn't lose that sweet BDM money you give us. But how has it affected your hypochondria? It better, worse, the same?
Better. Leading up to it all. Better leading up to it all because... In that 10 minutes that surgeon came in or the ER doctor came in, I had convinced myself I was covered. So I almost got a relief when I found out it's benign.
Yeah.
And it's treatable. And then I went on vacation and we did all this fun stuff and I was like, all right, let's do this.
I mean, 15 for the way you look 15 days out, I gotta say. I mean,
it is unbelievable.
I look worse 15 days past a 5K.
Yeah.
Than you look right now.
Like, I'll go home now and sleep the rest of the day. It's what they call you need brain rest. Your brain resets every time it gets touched. You get your senses reset.
My God, are we taxing you right now?
You get like, I went to Target and couldn't even put my PIN number and I was shaking because you just get really tired.
Are you going to be able to drive home?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Now, Angela, I was afraid to tell your story.
I think it's cool. It's fucking strong.
Well, I was afraid
strong
because
like No!
The Seths of
I just
the
want
world.
I just want to get everything checked now.
And I think this is getting...
No, dude, you should be happy.
Yeah, but Daniel, this is what weirded me out. Daniel's like, no, this doesn't affect me. I'm like, I think this is going to freak half of or a lot of people out.
Let's also talk about the logic, because I even said, like, I get what you're saying. You said, well, she got, if you have hypochondria, well, she got the brain tumor, so I won't.
Yeah, she's
just like
my
you
friend
said,
and she got
if
it.
a plane goes down the day before you're supposed to get on a plane, you feel better because you're like, well, that one went down, mine won't.
I do.
I have a hole in that theory.
See, I'm going to get something different for you. I got it in my prostate. I got the cancer right now, and you can't get that because you don't have that. But I got that.
You got it?
I have a hole in that theory because, like I said, I know 3 people right now that have brain tumors.
I know.
And
That's crazy.
It's a husband and wife that are phenomenal.
They both have a tumor?
Completely random,
my
different.
God.
Yeah. And they have been phenomenal through this whole process.
Do they spell it TWOMER?
Tumor.
I'm sorry.
And then
I'll leave.
I met somebody else who had one, and I was actually in the process of getting those 2 women together to help. And everybody made the joke, don't let the hypochondriac go to dinner with 2 people that have brain tumors. And in that waiting, I got diagnosed.
They gave you the tumor.
No.
They gave it. Nobody knows this in science, but you can catch tumors.
Nobody live in Oviedo, by the way, because we all live in Oviedo. So
I would.
feel like this is
my
No,
God.
I heard some shit about Oviedo water.
Yeah, it's
I'm
some
saying.
chickens. If you kill those chickens, you get less tumors.
So you...
Sam's going sideways on that drink. My God.
So basically...
It's good, right?
I got to drink it.
They took it out,
too watered
and
down.
you just monitor each year, make sure it doesn't come back, and you're good.
Yep, they took it out. They did pathology to confirm it's benign. I got stitches out yesterday, and then
You look great.
Thanks.
What did they do with the tumor?
They had to send it away to pathology, but they did show pictures to my husband, and I asked if I could see pictures, and he said when I come in 2 weeks, he'll show me.
Is it big or like how?
It was the size of a ping pong ball.
Oh, that's big. But it's squished. It's squished in there, right?
It moved the brain, so my brain was shifted. So the post surgery MRI show a big space in my brain from where the tumor had pushed, and the doctor said it'll just go
So
back.
do you
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Do you feel any different? Was like the shift on your brain making you feel a certain way?
Can you play Mozart on the?
They say it doesn't, but in the last year and a half, my anxiety has been 120%.
Really?
And I've been on my medication, and I've had to up the dose and up the dose.
Well,
and
we
I've
did
never
just
had
go
to
through a
do that.
pandemic.
Yeah, which is what I was attributing
Yeah.
to.
Sure.
But then there's this like sweet relief in a way that
Of like, there was a
I
reason.
right.
Yeah.
That's what
Vindication.
I'm worried about.
It's
You stole my
vindication.
final question
Yeah.
too, because it's got to feel good to
You're like, fuck you, I was
well,
right.
Exactly.
this is hard to explain, but I think you and Seth will understand, and namely, I think you'll get it. It is the sad part of this, not to get serious, but I will. The sad part of this is whenever I explain this to Tom or Sam, anybody here, you and Andrea have probably been privy to more of the more serious, or I'm like at my breaking point, like confessions, and it is exhausting to try and explain how you feel about something when people don't, and it's not that they're being heartless, and it's not that they're not caring, it's not that they're not being sweet or kind. They're just not able to understand. It has nothing to do with their intent. It has nothing to do, like Andrea, God bless her, she's the greatest human being on the planet. I'd die for her right now. But she does not understand it, and she does not have the capability to understand it because it is not her. She's not wired that way, and she will never understand it. So when you explain these things to people, it can be a really scary, lonely place. But it's got to be kind of like a small victory to feel like you knew what your body was telling you, because when you've had enough people tell you you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you kind of feel, in a weird way, like maybe you don't understand your own body signals, your brain signals. You're like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, you've been wrong all the other time.
Yeah.
That's the thing with hypochondria.
37 years I've been wrong.
And think about that. When you're wrong all the time, it really, really makes you feel like a piece of shit. You know all about this.
You
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I was saving
All
that.
all our listeners that got the shit
joking,
scared
I'm
out of them
joking,
right
I'm
now, send your emails to Sam and Daniel.
Not me.
And Angela.
I think it's a compelling, cool story.
You're going to scare the shit out of everybody. Seth has turned white. He's scared the shit
Because
out
I'm
of
just thinking of shit that because I've been sick for the past my allergies. So
Bro, I haven't had a physical in like 3 years.
You just justified every hypochondriac and every person with anxiety that
I
listens to
do
the show.
think it will change me long term, because I feel it. I feel changed now, where it's not only that I don't. Now I'm kind of like, well, I can be right if I think it's something. Like, you can't tell me it's not a tumor anymore. It was a tumor.
Right.
But then there's this other part of like, okay, something happened and I got through it.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, and I made it, and I'm doing.
And you had the worst case scenario.
And I had the worst case scenario.
And you made it through it.
And I did a craniotomy, and I got all of that. And
you don't even look like you had a craniotomy. I can kind of see.
I hid it. It took me a long time to hide it.
No, you did good.
It just looked like you parted your hair.
You did good.
I did. I got a didn't know your story, and I had no idea.
Yeah. You can't tell. That's my point. Is that there is a positivity here that like it's like all right, something did happen, and I fucked it all up. I killed that fucking tumor.
But it wasn't the tumor that was causing the problems. It was the TMJ, and just randomly, it's like getting shot, and then they're like, "Oh, we found a tumor in your organs after we were trying to find the bullet.
Yeah.
We never found it."
Right,
There's no stories all the time. But that's just random happenstance.
And there's a massive article in the New York Post, I think, from last week that I think I even sent it to you about like. The amount of people that are grinding their teeth just due to the pandemic, the amount of bullshit stress and things that people have to deal with.
Let's talk about the mouth guard industry for a second. You brought it up. I'm glad you're all right.
We are on 3 hours.
I know.
Get the beer.
No, but this. We'll end with this. Crystal had the same thing with the mouth guard grinding her teeth, whatever. She go to the dentist. She's had all this TMJ problems, like your jaw. Same shit. A lot of people have it. So then the dentist like, you should get this custom mouth guard. It's $3,000 fucking dollars. And then I'm like, and then Chris like, I'm in pain and whatever. Like they tell me I need the mouth guard and this will stop all these other symptoms I'm having. It's miserable, whatever. So I'm like, fuck it, $3,000. I'm like, there's like insurance doesn't cover it or whatever.
Everybody thinks Seth's going to pass out on the couch.
No, but and so
they can read it on my face.
We finally, I know. By the way, I think a lot of our listeners are about to pass out. So the $3,000 mouth guard, I'm like, well, I mean, it's your life. What are you going to live your life miserable? Like, you got to get it because this is the only way to fix the problem, right? And then, chiropractor said, oh, it's a mouth guard, all the shit. She gets the mouth guard, right? $3,000, right? I told you the one we almost lost in Miami.
Yeah.
And so first I was like, this thing, did it have to be $3,000? Like, it's just they mold. You chomp down on a mold. They fill it. Whatever.
The prices of what you mold change rapidly. I've had molds where it was like $100. I've had molds where it's $3,000.
So she's been wearing it for like 2 months now, right?
Yeah.
And then the other day she takes it out, and then we're like breakfast or whatever, and she's like, I still have pain. And then I knew it was a goddamn helmet for babies. It was all the other shit that they fucking try to sell you. And I'm like, this is bullshit. And they fucking duped us a $3,000 mouth guard, and it didn't do shit. Anyway, that's it. That's all. So that shit doesn't work. $3,000. Complete scam.
Insurance does not cover that, I'm assuming.
Medical scam. That lives out there. It doesn't do shit. Anyway.
Well, I appreciate you coming in and telling your story. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate the fact that, you and I were communicating before your surgery and everything. And, we're both hypochondriacs or chondrias in power here. So I fist bump you. And do you think it's helped, though? I think it's helped.
Yeah.
I think it's going to help you.
It's just, even if something happens, I can get through it. Is that and a lot of counseling.
Yeah, and you have it sounds like your support staff, your family's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Sounds like your hubby and boys are pretty rad.
Yeah.
So give them some love from us. And thanks for telling that. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, anytime. You love the show and we love you. So I appreciate you coming in.
Sorry, Seth.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Seth.
You're really freaking out. Come on, man.
Daniel says he's fine, but you freaked him out too. I can tell.
I'm not. I'm fine.
And you freaked out.
I'm fine.
I'm only freaked out because I've been sick. I was sick last week, and I still have a tickle in my little throat.
The COVID thing and my mom dying thing really reset me. Like, you had this. This is really going to reset you. When you have some shit that fucks you up real bad, like, you get this reset, and you're kind of like, you sit back and you're like, I was worried about a lot of dumb shit. I'll worry about better shit now.
Yeah, but I feel like it's the alcoholic that's drinking wine at the Christmas party. He's like, I gotta have one glass of wine. And then he
later tonight
he crashed his car 2 weeks later.
Nah, you just gotta stay fucked up.
All right, let's Tony, plug your photography business.
Moanjetphoto.com for all of your photography.
You're going to have to spell that for people.
I'm sorry, you need to change the bathroom thing because I think it's a Tony Rodriguez.
Everything is different.
So how do you spell that?
Well, if you still go to TonyRodriguezPhoto.com,
I left it up.
Yeah.
You should have thought, okay. Go to Tony Rodriguez Photography
to go to
Moanjet.
I'm actually hiring him to do a best friends photo shoot with me and Jessica for her birthday.
God. What are you guys, babies?
We are babies.
So go to MONGIAT photo.com. Also on Instagram. Also check out my brand, Stay Young as B.
Yes.
If you want some rad T-shirts and hats and things like that, we have 3 new shirts coming next week.
I saw them.
I got some camel hats that I have to put on the website. Daniel has one of those.
Yeah, I have one.
Check out my vlog, Tony Loves Skateboarding, on YouTube.
There you go.
Seth, want to talk about your dojo?
Yeah, I'll talk about my dojo, and then we'll talk about Tracy's OnlyFans. I don't know if one should be before the other. But, the dojo, karateoforlando.com. Started kids about 3 months ago. We have about 3 months. We got 15 or 16 kids signed up so far. So it's a slow trickle in of kids, but they just had their first testing, and they did awesome. They all belted up, which is really cool. Obviously, the majority of our clients are adults and stuff like that.
Congrats, man! It looks really good,
and it's getting really, really busy. So that's awesome. So yeah,
he's got a packed house now.
Yeah, it's pretty busy in there. And then Tracy's OnlyFans /Wednesday collects if you want to go see her shower.
How?
Pretty good. Pretty good soapy.
We had a good stream of kids coming in by karate, and don't forget to sign up for my wife's OnlyFans. I'm not Fred Simmons.
Hey, if you want to,
it's close. It's so close.
Tracy actually helps coach some of the kids' classes. So, dads, if you want to sign her kids.
Come on.
How about a package? What's
that teen? What's your teen assistant?
Javier.
Javier. He just turned 18 last weekend.
Yeah. He's seen it, right?
Yeah.
No, he has not seen that. No, he doesn't know.
I was on the Wednesday the other night. I saw the song. Senior said, I saw the song.
Hold on. He for sure.
No way.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. We don't talk about it. Besides here, I don't talk about it anywhere. It's not on social media, nothing.
Yeah, but somehow it leaked out of our zeitgeist.
Oh, I got my white belt in my pants.
Hold on. If you were an 18-year-old... and you are in a karate school.
Mr. Seth, I am so sorry.
And one of the students, was Tracy a student or she a coach?
She's a student.
So
she helps out teaching the kids.
She's
bring the board in.
And she's very
idiot. That's your wife.
And then the sensei's girlfriend, smoking hot girlfriend, is there.
I was at her OnlyFans the other night. She did a custom video.
She's doing punches, and you're looking at her in the gi. You're horny. Like
every punch, I can see them jig.
Oh my God!
And then it for sure gets you that she's nude and OnlyFans. You figure out how to see
I cannot
right?
keep my D in my gi.
For sure,
there's no way. No, I know there's no way. He would.
You had, dude. When I was a teen, and
nothing was stopping me from seeing anyone naked.
So someone told me that, like some smoking hot teacher or someone.
But no one's told him. There's no way, and you can't search it. I don't think.
What if he listens now that he was on the show?
Someone has leaked out that.
Don't say leak out.
That Sensei's girlfriend is on OnlyFans. Right?
Sir, did you hear?
Like, what is going on?
Javier! Did you hear Sensei's girlfriend's on OnlyFans?
Oh my God!
Like, imagine what was the bully in the goddamn Karate Kid, the fucking
Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah, Johnny. Like, imagine one of Johnny's students found out that Johnny's girlfriend has nudes on some site. He'll find that shit, right? They will find it. He's seen it.
I don't know.
For sure.
I cannot look him in the eyes anymore.
Maybe I'll drop some hints to see if he says something about it.
You have to whatever. What's her latest video? Have you seen it?
I haven't logged on to see.
I haven't seen Tracy in person. We talked about
I was going to say you haven't seen her OnlyFans. You see goddamn liar.
What do you mean? You haven't seen her in person?
He hasn't seen her in person since the OnlyFans came out. And I said,
Travis
when you see, saw the peach. He saw the peach. I was like, Tom, you're not going to be able to look her in the eyes eyes the next time you see her.
I did think about that. Yeah, because I think it's awkward because I can't get it out of my head.
BDMs, keep sending Seth all of your favorite Amazon purchases.
Yeah, wigs.
Yeah, no. It's her naked painting Michael Myers.
Yeah, I said that one.
Tom's seen them all.
Right around.
That shows I'm posting a little bit.
3:57, she moves to the front.
No, you don't see nothing in the front.
You do, yeah.
In this one?
He memorized the time.
Yeah, right when
the
she
shower.
goes
The shower.
Add a
video.
little bit of shading on that inside-out William Shatner mask.
The front.
Yeah, you see a little front.
You see the slasher?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay.
She's not supposed to be showing that.
You're watching.
I thought you had a free subscription.
Tracy, are you showing your Michael Myers?
Are you showing your slasher?
I pinch zoom and I see Seth Barber Salt on the.
Wait, what? What is it?
Barber Salt.
Don't use that cheap shit.
I see something. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
Seth's. I try to recognize. I try to recognize what Seth's in the bathroom.
Like the shower?
He's got some Duke Cannon shower gel back there. I've seen that. What is that? I see a Quate. He's got
some Old Spice Party Boy.
Matterhorn. Oh, what is he wearing? Old Spice Matterhorn.
That's what I wear.
I refuse to buy it. If Andrea, she'll be like, "Hey, I've got the phrases. We have black ice and Matterhorn." I'll be like, "Fuck it, I'm stinking. I'm not wearing that shit. I'm not wearing Matterhorn and black ice. I'm literally just give me like fresh, or give me like."
Going back to my hypochondria, I only use Dial soap because it's the antibacterial. I use antibacterial soap 2 times a day, even though they say sometimes
it's too much.
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck. I use the lots.
Yeah, that ain't helping your tumor.
Yeah, they say
grow right past that.
you know where it got its name, right? Dial in a tumor.
I thought it was Dial 911.
Nothing will stop that. Anyway, Samantha.
Semantics. Yeah, so this week on Semantics, we are recording tomorrow, which is Saturday, around 2 p.m. We have Mo DeWitt, which is both Semantics and Tom and Dan's sponsor. Whoa, that was crazy.
Who did that?
That's pretty close. That's pretty close. So Mo DeWitt will be on, as well as Josh Fowler. So we're going to have
Who's
both on
that?
tomorrow.
Right.
Pinkman?
Oh, no, that's
He also helps host Sunday Morning Coming Down.
Toddler's Total's brother.
Yeah. What did we mention? That is the same last name.
Yeah, that's true.
We should start that rumor.
I'll start it tomorrow.
Pinkman is Total's brother.
Start that rumor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Total's brother.
I'll ask
More
him
successful
about it.
brother.
Older brother. I know. All right, let's get out of here. Anything else? Travis, watering holes, toughies. We're good.
Like and subscribe on Twitch and YouTube.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
And TikTok.
Yeah, and TikTok. We're on TikTok. We've been having fun.
Tom and Dan Live.
Yeah, everything's Tom and Dan Live. Just look for it, search for it. Thank you so much, Seth. Thank you, everybody here. Thank you, Angela, for telling your story and freaking out Seth.
Yep. Shark Week is Monday for BDMs only.
Indeed.
So
we gave you closer to 3 hours.
Am I judging that too again, or what am I doing?
You can't. Well, we got a special guest, and if you want to come in,
fuck
too.
me then.
No,
you're in.
You can come in.
Like,
He's
once you
gonna be
become
zooming
accepted,
in
you're
with
not a
us.
special guest anymore. You're kind of in.
I'm just me.
So now every time I invite you, I'm like, do I have to pay him or not? Is this a freebie or what is that?
Well, just have him bust you off a couple of, videos, custom.
Couple
of customs.
Okay, all right.
What are you into, bro? What do you want? You want her out there?
I'll wear that wig for you.
I dispatch him.
Would you send him
I'll
one?
tuck my dick in between my legs, wear the wig, and pull my nipples really far out.
Whoa. Bye-bye.
I can't publish that. It's mediocre.